we're live. Hello.
Hello.
What's up, all of 2 people who YouTube claims is here? One person. I'm having breakfast now because someone was late on making my breakfast.
Was it you?
No, it was not. Okay, so we got 3 people. So what we're doing today is we're going to be doing a Choose Your Own Adventure book. Like, of course, for the start of it, because we always seem to change it up halfway through. I have, so I guess, I don't know how we ended up with it, but ever since I was a kid, I had this book, The Cave of Time by Edward Packard, and I found it recently just in my belongings, and we thought it might be fun to go through and see where we end up in the Cave of Time.
We would describe the cover or send you a picture or something like that, but it's clearly been marked as
It broke off. It just broke off.
Okay. You did that then.
I did not do it. Time did it.
I see. So normally when a book is being marked as not sold, they take the cover off. So anytime I see a book with no binding on the outside, I always immediately reach the conclusion that it's just
stolen?
Yeah, basically, where the retailer ripped the cover off and mailed it back to the producer, and being like, "Give me my money back. This book didn't sell." And the producers would be like, "Sure, here you go," and then they would throw them out. Or, as in the case of many retailers throughout time, just sell it anyway as a damaged book because they already got their initial investment back.
That's interesting. But no, like, Time has just torn it off. I think it was, I can't remember how exactly it happened, but yeah, it's basically just the cover. It only has a slither of it left, and I've been I've just been holding on to the cover by stuffing it in the book. It's an old book. It's from 1997, I think. Like, that's what it considers modern time.
97 is what it considers modern time?
Yeah.
All right. Well, if you want to see the cover of this book that we're reading, you're going to have to go to the Discord.
I can pull it up here.
Yeah. I'm trying to force people to go to the Discord.
So this is why I'm not good at marketing.
Yeah, here.
Join us in our debauchery in the Discord. Like all the things that you don't get to see on streams and stuff, I guess. I'm also drinking soda today because I need to stay up for my Indianapolis trip. I'm suddenly a night boy when I was a morning boy. I've always been a morning person, a morning girl. Hooray.
Yeah. Boy, that does look quite old. All right.
Yep.
VLC is just going to pop up that notification forever.
I know.
It will never go away.
Because I'm going to put it back up once, once we're actually reading. We've got a fancy loop going for when we start the story, which we can go ahead and start. Like, I'm going to have you start because I'm going to be eating food. In the meantime, you guys enjoy this lovely loop.
Oh, that text is also never going away because every time it loops, it's going to pull the text up again.
Is there a better way to do it then?
Kind of. We could have exported it as an animation, I think, and then just played that, and that would also leave us with a perfect loop. But it doesn't seem to. I just saw it loop, so it doesn't seem like it's going to be that big a problem.
Oh,
there it is.
It'll be fine.
Close enough.
Yeah, we'll live. Like, it's bargain bin YouTubers. What do you expect, guys? What do you expect?
You can tell that we planned none percent.
We planned insofar as, let's just do this, and we didn't consider how we can do it. I'll go ahead and monitor the chat, like, from my phone if you want.
Okay.
Since you'll be reading.
Cave of Time by Edward Packard.
The Cave of Wonders.
Illustrated by that guy.
That guy.
Concept, title, and editorial assistance for Cave of Time provided by Andrea Packard. Meaning that this is really like something that she did, that she's having someone else do the legwork on. Like, here, I wrote an outline for a story. You have a month. Publish it.
I would literally do that. Like, I've got an isekai, like, old school, like, isekai girl transported to another world story in my head, but I just don't know how to go about doing it, so I want to hire someone else to do it.
Here's a warning about how to read one of these books.
Yeah, basically don't read every page in order. Like, do what it tells you to do.
Yeah, they put the pages out of order in order to hide the fact that it's just a flowchart.
Well,
Like, so that you can't just see what your other outcomes would be very easily.
well, not really that, but more because, like, they do it that way so they can group certain sections of the story, and, like, because if you read it page by page, then you're going to get confused. Because, like, it's, like, each page is going to assume you made certain decisions.
I've seen choose your own adventure books that were, like, purposefully obtuse about how they organized stuff. Like, for this for the first choice, jump to page 50. For the second choice, jump to page 130. Like that.
Well, I mean,
Like, there's no clustering.
I'm pretty sure there's clustering in this book. Like, I've never gone to check. I just always assumed that it would just make sense to do it this way.
All right. You've hiked through Snake Canyon once before, while visiting your Uncle Howard at Red Creek Ranch, but you never noticed any cave entrance. It looks as though a recent rock slide has uncovered it. Though the late afternoon sun is striking the opening of the cave, the interior remains in total darkness. You step out inside a few feet, trying to get an idea of how big it is, and as your eyes become used to the dark, you see what looks like a tunnel ahead, dimly lit by some kind of phosphorescent material on the walls. The tunnel walls are smooth, as if they were shaped by running water. After 20 feet or so, the tunnel curves. You wonder where it leads. You venture in a bit further, but you feel nervous being alone in such a strange place. You turn around and hurry out. A thunderstorm may be coming, judging by how dark it looks outside all of a sudden. You suddenly realize the sun has long since set, and the landscape is lit only by the pale light of the full moon. You must have fallen asleep and woken up hours later. But then you remember something even more strange. Just last evening, the moon was only a slim crescent in the sky. You wondered how long you've been in the cave. You are not hungry. You do not feel like you have been sleeping. You wonder whether to try to walk back home by moonlight or whether to wait for dawn rather than risk losing your footing at the steep and rocky trail. Do you start back home or do you decide to wait?
Oh, I was going to let you go through it first, so, like, I can read... Well, actually, nah, it'd be better if I read it for myself, because I was only half paying attention. Then again, I know how it's going, but...
Chat, save us.
Okay, is he gonna wait in the cave or stay, like, try to run home? Also, it's midnight again. Why does the cat have whiskers above its eyes? Because cats do that. They have,
Yeah. Cats have whiskers above their eyes and to the sides of their face.
Yeah, most animations don't, like, show that, because it's easier just to have a couple sets of lines, but, yeah.
Yeah.
Scooter can verify. She's under the desk right now.
Mm-hmm. Look up any photo of any cat, large or small, that hasn't been shaved.
Yeah.
Specifically for that purpose. It's so they can tell how, like, it's for a lot of things. Can I put my head in this hole or will it get stuck? That's one of the things. Another thing is cats' vision sucks. Mm-hmm. So within arm's reach, they're basically blind, almost. So they rely on other means to see close by things. Like, you can see a cat come up and pounce on something because it was further away and it was easy for them to focus on it. But once they've got it, they can't see it because if it's not at full paw's extension, they can't really see it. Which is why a cat will, like, catch a mouse and then lose interest, seemingly, and the mouse will try to escape, and then it will go a little ways before the cat recatches it again. If the cat could see the mouse, it would catch it sooner.
Okay, so the chat's not saying anything, so
All right.
I can make a decision.
Well, my last little bit here is this is why if you give something to a cat, it'll either like put its face up to it and sniff it, or it will like reach out a paw to grab hold of it and then pull that into its face. Because when it's really close like that, and if it doesn't have a paw on it, it's either using smell if it's moving slowly, or those whiskers if it's moving fast, to determine where that object is. Which is why when a cat gets like hunty, it puts its whiskers forward, but if it feels like it's gonna fight, it pulls its whiskers backwards because it doesn't want them caught and torn off.
Okay, so
Cat Facts. Thank you for subscribing to Cat Facts.
yeah, this is actually a rebranding announcement. I would do it, but yeah. Okay, so do you want to go back into the cave, or do you want to try for home?
I'm going to... Alright, so what I'm assuming has happened here is that there's time travel afoot. Because it's the Cave of Time.
You don't say.
Yeah. What time? Midnight, apparently. And like a month ago. Because, like 2 weeks ago. Because the sliver moon.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
Even that's not clear.
Alright, so I decide to wait. I want to soak up the sun. I want to tell everyone till I turn up.
Okay, then. All right. Well, no. Which page does it want you to go to? 4. Okay.
To 5.
Oh, 5. Okay.
Yeah. You wait until morning, but as the rosy wisps of dawn begin to light the eastern sky, a chill and a forbidding wind begins to blow. If you seek shelter from the wind, turn to page 6. If you brave the freezing wind and see more of the world around you, turn to page 16.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do when the chips are down? Now that the chips are down.
I'm gonna get action. I'm going to page 16.
Okay.
And by get action, I mean do nothing.
What?
Because
What?
Seeking shelter would be like, well, let's either go back into the cave or something like that. I don't want to go back into the cave. I want to be out in the world around me, which in this case means staying still.
Well, hold on. Wait a minute. What? Show me the options again. Like,
brave the freezing wind around to see the world around you, or seek shelter.
well, so you're gonna seek shelter, or
No, I'm braving the world around me.
okay, then that's not doing nothing.
That's the same thing.
No, it's not.
I'm not going back into the cave. That's the thing that I wanted to not do.
You're so confusing.
You resolutely trudge along a rocky ridge. It has been cleared of a whirling snow by the fierce wind which bites and blows against your body. The world seems transformed, and much for the worse. You must find a house or a cabin, people who can help you out, or you will die. As you ponder your fate, you stumble and fall, plunging into the deep crevasse. You black out and later awaken, still shivering, but in a warmer place at least. By the dim amber light, you can see that somehow you have fallen back into one of the chambers in the Cave of Time. A passageway leads to the right, another to the left. Does one lead to the future and one to the past?
I love it. I love how you left the cave just to end up back in it.
This is exactly what I don't want to do. So,
well, maybe you shouldn't have passed out.
All right. I don't remember what the optimal way to get out of a maze is, but I do remember that the worst way to get out of a maze, but still effective, is just to put your hand on one wall, usually the left wall, and then just follow that all the way around.
Are you telling me Ronald lied to me?
I mean, it will get you out unless you're on the inside of a stable loop.
Oh, okay. See, I learned that from Ronald McDonald's, what was it? The Camping in the Far-Flung Forest episode, and is like, okay, I'll keep that in mind if I'm ever stuck in a maze, but okay, now I know.
Well, because not all mazes are perfectly continuous. They can have little islands.
Yeah.
And then you'll just be orbiting that island forever.
Yeah.
That's unlikely to happen in a natural cave. But it's possible.
So, what are you going to do? Put your hand to the wall and go
Putting
to the
my
left?
hand to the left side wall and then just following it all the way around like an idiot.
Oh, ow.
20
Okay, calling out Ronald McFucking-Donald.
Yeah, he looks creepy.
Okay, just one of the most popular Ronalds from the 80s.
One of the most popular Ronald.
Well, yeah, because there's Ronald Reagan.
Yes. Yes. And
What,
Ronald McMillan.
what's his face, what was his face, The birthmark guy from Russia who was, like, the leader at the time shook hands with Ronald McDonald.
Gorbachev? Gorbachev.
I think so, yeah, I think so.
Yeah. The We Will Bury You guy.
I don't think so. No, I don't. If it was Gorbachev, then I don't think so, because, like, he was, like, the one who, like, thawed out the Cold War a little bit.
Yeah, the whole context of "We will bury you" is that what he was trying to say is "We will attend your funeral," which is like an expression in Russian that basically means "We will outlive you."
Okay.
But it came out as "We will dig your grave and fill you in it."
Well, that's just bad translating.
Yes, and that translator debacle is why there's so many extra layers of checking on the modern translation system.
Makes sense. Okay.
They put translators through so much more rigorous stuff than they did back in the day. All right. You follow the left passageway. It leads upwards to the surface. Before you, a grassy meadow slopes down to a clear, fast-flowing stream. Beyond it are pine-covered foothills stretching in the distance towards snow-covered peaks. You might be in Wyoming in your own time, but whatever time it is, the world you see appears to be a hospitable one. You notice a herd of buffalo grazing, but nowhere can you see a house, or a fence, or a road, or any sign of human presence. It is possible that you were living hundreds, perhaps thousands of years ago. You gaze upwards. One of the puffy white cumulus clouds is moving in a strange fashion, and it is descending. A spaceship is landing right before your eyes,
What?
only a few hundred yards away.
Oh, wow. I've never gone down this path.
Ancient aliens.
I guess.
It's ancient aliens time. All right. Hide from view or go up to the spaceship. I'm absolutely going up to the spaceship.
That sounds like you.
Yep. You cautiously approach the spaceship and, to your amazement, you see that it is resting a foot or so above the ground without any visible mechanism keeping it aloft. There are no engines, rocket exhaust, portholes, landing gear, antenna, or any equipment you might imagine a spaceship would need. You realize it must be the product of a supremely advanced civilization. Trusting that people have learned to be loving towards others, you approach the ship. A portal slides open, but all you can see within is a shimmering blue light. A large cube is thrust out through the portal and lowered to the ground by mechanical arms. The top of the cube is withdrawn, leaving a pallet on which lie the sleeping forms of 3 men and 3 women, dressed in shrouds of animal skins. Their bodies and features remind you of pictures you may have seen, depicting the earliest men on Earth.
Oh my
You
God.
have an impulse to jump aboard the spaceship before the portal closes. If you do that, turn to page 115 immediately, not even reading
Oh
the
my
other options.
god. It is Ancient Aliens. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely doing that.
Going into it.
The last page.
Oh my god.
You jump aboard and find yourself in a sealed chamber. The walls surrounding you remind you of the inside of a bathtub. It occurs to you that the beings who control the spaceship have some means of manipulating time. Could it be that the caves of time is their creation? As you are thinking these thoughts, you become increasingly drowsy, and in a moment you are asleep. You awaken in darkness, wondering if you may be traveling through space in an alien spaceship. There's light coming towards you from one direction, and then you get up and walk towards it. Then you realize you are looking through the opening of your cave. You hurry out and find to your joy, find Snake Canyon just as you remembered it. You are back in your own time. It's a long while before you feel like visiting Snake Canyon again. When you do, you find the opening to the Cave of Time. Cave of Time has been covered over by a massive rock slide, and you think to yourself, that may be just as well.
You made it back? Oh my god, I don't think I've ever made it back.
You mean you die every time
Well,
on my
no,
first try?
No, I just end up like either dying or living in whatever time like I'm trapped in.
All right. So, to recant the story here, what happened is I just started walking through doors and like I'm just going to walk ahead. I did that consistently every time.
Not the first time. The first time you just like sat in the cave instead of trying to walk for home.
Yes. Okay. So, a little patience in the start and then trudging ever forward is the path to see a bunch of cool things, have no explanation given to you, and then vanish into the ether. Back to where you started, coming full circle, having seen nothing, having learned nothing, having gained nothing. And then you go home, and everything's boring again.
And you just die.
So, stop and smell the roses, I guess.
I guess so, yeah.
That's the
it
story.
was the last page.
It was the last page.
Okay, so it is, I don't know. Okay. So congratulations on getting back to 1997. You lived a long and happy life, I guess. Like in your own time.
All right, I really disagree with this. You think that's just as well type read that I'm apparently forced to have?
Well, I can understand it because, considering how wrong it could have gone. And it just happened that it didn't.
Damn it, I wanted it to go wrong. Where are my
Fine!
fucking aliens?
Fine, walk with me as I let it go wrong, because I never get back to my own time.
Good. Why would I ever want to go back to my own time?
Because 1997 at least doesn't have plague.
Coronavirus?
That won't be for another 20 years, so who cares?
Oh, you mean the Black Plague?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you meant the modern plague that is the coronavirus. Hashtag demonetized.
It's not even a plague if you want to get technical. Shut up. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and... Okay, so yada yada yada, Snake Canyon, find cave, oh no, thunderstorm, walking through the cave, why is everything dark, confusion.
Walking through the forest, gonna eat a lot of peaches.
I think last time that I read this a couple days ago, I decided to start back home, so I'm gonna wait like you did. Excuse me. You wait until morning, but as rosy wisps of dawn begin to light the eastern sky, a chill and forbidding wind begins to blow. I'm gonna seek shelter, because I'm a coward. You step into a niche in the rocks to escape the merciless blast of wind and lean against the rock wall. Suddenly, it crumbles under your weight, causing you to fall forward and down a muddy slope into a pond. Well, fuck me!
I have one quibble, okay? Mm-hmm. It's not pronounced niche, it's pronounced Nietzsche.
I say niche.
Friedrich Nietzsche. Go on.
The sun shines brightly down on you as you pick yourself up, dripping wet, and wade into the grassy shore. You look back at the rock rising out of the pond, but you can't see where you fell through. While you are collecting your senses, a horse comes prancing up. Fuck! It's a rider dressed in tin armor. I'm in the medieval ages. Damn it, I knew it. A knight out of the history books, enough to make you laugh. The horseman lifts off his helmet and laughs himself. What a place for a bath! He calls out. Well, it was worth it. You're cleaner than a pig. He almost falls off his horse. He is laughing so hard. But climb on and I'll take you back to the castle, he says. We'll see if we can't make a human out of you yet. Look at the illustration for the knight. I'm
gonna call this guy Rutherford Douchington.
I was gonna call him Jim.
He's got I don't
He's got the sassiest horse I've ever seen.
That
Sassy
is
and sexual.
I was gonna say that is a come hither horse.
Yeah.
That horse is winking at you and not from the front.
Okay, if you accept the ride back to the castle, turn to page 22. If you decline the invitation and try to find your way back to the Cave of Time, I don't know what I want to do.
Follow the guy or go back to the cave?
Yeah. Especially because I remember going through this run before, and I can't remember which way went, that didn't turn out well.
We should check on the chat and see if anything has been like spam filtered or something like that.
Okay.
No, absolutely nothing has happened.
Mm.
All right. Apparently, we just have a quiet bunch of people.
Let us know if we're being boring, like, because we can definitely switch to something else, like Soviet Jump or something.
Actually, do you want to play XCOM? If this doesn't work out?
I'd rather not play a game that I don't know.
But look, outside of a stream, I will never get to show you this game. You just won't do it.
Yeah, but, like, it's not... I don't think I could be really entertaining if, like, you know, I'm just trying to figure out a game for the first time.
But, okay, fine.
Yeah. I'm going to decline and try to go back to the Cave of Time.
Okay. Kieran McLaughlin says, why is time in a cave?
Why?
This is the cave from which all time itself springs forth. Just as all humans spring forth from the cave of life. From the pink tube to the black hole.
The Cave of Wonders?
Cave of Wonders. Yeah. The actual answer to that is probably going to depend on the outcome of the story.
I bet time is in a cave because everything else sucks outside. So it's like shutting itself off from the rest of the world. Also, I'm pretty sure there is a branch where you do get to meet someone who understands the Cave of Time.
Well, I remember reading a lot of Choose Your Own Adventure books, and they used like Schrodinger's gun really well in that depending on what you chose, different things were true about the world.
Yeah. I just found a Three Musketeers wrapper in the book.
Pressed tight. All right.
Okay. So.
Also, hello, Kieran McLaughlin. If you would like to see the cover of this book, go to our Discord and check it in Gen Chat, because that's the only way that you can see it until after the stream is over and we post it in the comments.
Yeah, it's a very, very old book. Like, it considers 1997 to be modern.
I mean, I just went back to prehistoric times, and you're talking to a knight. So, wait, why is there a knight in Wyoming?
Cave of Time and Space?
Cave of Time and Space.
Yeah, it's gotta be a Cave of Time and Space because, you know, like, I think you can, like, do other stuff too. But, yeah. Yeah. Alright, so, there is a certain tone in the knight's laughter that does not inspire your trust, so you thank him graciously and tell him that you have other business to attend to.
Real talk for a second. Good choice. Knights are almost universally not to be trusted.
Yeah, I've seen Camelot. I've listened to the song where they complain about, you know, not being allowed to pillage and rape.
Yes, that is 100% true to life. Look at any protected martial class throughout history, whether it's knights or samurai, everybody but the ninja are all assholes.
Yep. Yeah, you'd rather me a ninja on the road than a samurai.
Yes. So if you're ever time traveling, keep this to heart. Only ninjas are honorable. Mm-hmm. Everyone else is out to get you.
Although I've heard good things about Arthur.
I've heard good things about Arthur.
Yeah, so just be a little open-minded with Arthur, I guess, but not his knights. Although Lancelot's also decent, I guess, you know, except for the whole adultery thing, but, you know, it's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool. Then go to it, the knight replies. Oh gosh. Take care to keep your business drier than yourself. He gallops off in a rush. You're glad to be rid of him. Eager to find the entrance to the Cave of Time, you climb up behind the rock, that wall that slopes into the pond. After searching for an hour, you find a tunnel leading underground. Page 61.
We're going under the pond?
Tunnel leading underground. I'm following a rock wall that slopes into the pond, and I found an opening. Let's see, turn to page 61. Oh, that's 62. Okay. You follow the tunnel downward a short distance. Suddenly you are sliding. Your head strikes something. Fuck! And you're knocked unconscious. When you wake up, you find yourself by a small lake bordered by woods. A boy about 12 years old is fishing nearby, but there is no one else in sight. You go up and introduce yourself, hoping you can find out what year it is without sounding crazy. Fortunately, the boy is friendly and good-natured. He tells you his name is Nick Tyler and that he lives on Birch Street. He works in his father's business making candles and soap. The best in the colonies, he says. Okay, I'm in the colonies now.
Gotcha. So, you went from Wyoming all the way to the East Coast. And also back in time.
From Wyoming to medieval Europe, all the way to the East Coast.
Okay.
Okay. Do I try to tell him that I come from the future, or do I try to make up a believable story?
Well, talk us through your thought process here. How are you considering it?
I'm concerned, because if I say I'm from the future, then, this is the time of, witches and devil worship and stuff. So, unless he and his father believes me, then I might be up shit's creek. But if I try to make up a story and he doesn't believe me, then I might still be up shit's creek. It's then again, no. Well, maybe... Is this the Cave of Time? Because then maybe Nick's lost too, but he doesn't know it yet. I don't know. It's hard. I think I'll try to tell him. We'll see how that goes. Okay. When you tell me you come from the 20th century through the Cave of Time, Nick smiles. Then you tell him a little bit about your life on your own time, about planes and cars, telephones and television. He listens intently with a big grin on his face as you are telling him the funniest story ever told. As if you were telling him the funniest story ever told. I'm so glad to meet you, Nick says. I've always wanted to know about life in the 20th century. He tries to look serious, but begins to laugh, thinking it's all a joke. Seriously, you say, since you know he will never believe you. I have no home. Do you know of a place where I can stay? I'm sure you can stay at our house, he says warmly. We have such a big family, one more won't matter, but you must be willing to work in the shop with the rest of us. Since you feel you hardly have any other choice, you accept his offer and feel grateful when his parents give you good dinner and comfortable bed. Nick tells you, with much seriousness, that you're living in the year 1718 in Boston, the principal town in the British colony of Massachusetts. You soon become one of the family. They are good people and treat you well, but each day you have to work long hours boiling soap and pouring it into molds, waiting on customers, and doing errands for Nick's father, whom you have come to know as Uncle Ted. Your neighbor, Mr. Nelson, is a printer. He recently returned from England with a printing press and letter type he bought there. The business interests you, and you consider working as his apprentice, but to do so would have to sign papers indenturing yourself to work faithfully for him for 6 years. So do I stay and continue to work for Uncle Ted, or do I become indentured as an apprentice to Mr. Nelson's printing business?
I like how the story just glossed over 3 months of your life just now.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, nothing interesting really happens except for, getting accustomed to day-to-day life.
Mm-hmm. How's the chat doing? What are you guys thinking?
Yeah, should I become an indentured apprentice, or should I just continue working for Uncle Ted? Hopefully, I don't get caught up in revolution, I guess.
Now, this is where I feel like people like you and me are, let's say, uniquely advantaged in situations like this.
What do you mean?
If it's actually me going back into the past, even at that age, because I'm assuming that you're a kid, because these books are for kids.
Yeah.
Even at that age, there's a lot of, science that I understand, and there's a lot of practical things that I know how to do that you wouldn't just start out knowing that. You learn stuff so much faster in the modern day than you did at the time.
See, I don't think I'll be advantaged, though, because I know nothing about previous day living or, how to live in a time that's not this.
Yeah. If I'm a kid, then there's a lot about old-timey living that I don't understand yet or have never heard about. So, when I now hear about, soap and candle making, I think, all right, little on the boring side, but it's easy work that you could slot into at a high level for decent returns. Good. Let's go with that. And then I also hear indentured servitude to a print master. Fuck that. Absolutely not.
Really?
That's if it's real life. Because I don't imagine that the, like, daily beatings slavery angle of indentured servitude is going to be pushed very hard in this book. Probably.
Like, I wonder a little bit about it because, well, I'm sure, like, beatings might come from Uncle Ted even. Like,
Yeah.
you know, because that was just how people did things. Like, that's how they saw children.
Yes.
I think I'm gonna try indentured servitude. We'll give it a shot.
Well, I also feel like, in general, us going back in time is different than anybody else going back in time because,
I don't know. I think I'd be hopeless.
Well, yeah, actually, that might be the case.
Yeah.
Because
I know myself.
Because, like, being from the future only really equips you to live in the future.
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't mean that you can build the future.
Yeah, exactly. That's why someone like Dr. Stone or you are interesting people, because you have such foundational knowledge of, like, science to where you can, like, rev things up at least a little bit, like, you know, a couple, like, decades or centuries, if, like, a century if needed. But, like, you know, someone like, you know, me or, you know, his friend, it's just like, well, we know what we used to have, but we don't know how to get back there.
Yeah. If you blasted me back to the Stone Age, I would land in the, like, 1700s.
Okay, so I'm now. You go to work in Mr. Nelson's shop and soon become proficient in the art of printing. But after a while, you become increasingly unhappy. Mr. Nelson refuses to raise your wages or give you a chance to own part of the business. There are no jobs available for you in Boston, so you decide to move to Philadelphia, where you have heard there is a great demand for printing. Happily, Mr. Nelson agrees to release you from your indenture, and by selling almost all of your possessions, you are able to raise enough money to engage passage on a coastal schooner. Schooner? Something
Schooner.
like that. After a long and stormy...
Schooner cat.
Schooner cat, the boatway cat, the cat of the coastal shore.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay. After a long and stormy voyage down the coast, your ship docks early on a Sunday morning at the Market Street of Wharf in Philadelphia. You are tired and hungry and use some of your last money to buy a loaf of bread. Out of curiosity, you follow some well-dressed people into the Quaker meeting house. The people seat themselves, but following custom, no one speaks. It is so peaceful you fall sound asleep. When you awaken, the Quakers welcome you. One family gives you lodging, and fortunately you're able to get a job with one of the 2 printers in town. Go to the next page. Oh no, it's the end. It seems like it'll be a good ending. You work hard to improve your skills as a printer. Within a few years, with the help of some friends, you're able to raise enough money to go into business on your own. Your printing business thrives, and after a while, you start your own newspaper. It begins to look as if the 18th century is a pretty good time for you to be alive.
Huh. So you just went into business as a printer
Yep.
in the 1700s and then just lived that way until you died.
Yep. I guess so, yeah. I probably just barely lived to see, like, start the grumblings of the revolution, but I don't know if I lived, like, to see it actually start. Hey, Chloe and Jacob's here.
And Jacob below.
Hello, people. Okay, well...
Below. All right. We want to do one of these where it's the chat's choice. I want to do one of these where it's the chat's choice.
I do too. Like, are you guys up for that? Because people have been very, very quiet.
It's been extremely quiet because this has so far just been a stream of us reading a book to you guys.
Yeah. Like, if you guys are open to, consistently responding, we can all go on an adventure together that you guys decide. Yeah. I think that'd be cool.
I really want to play XCOM on the stream.
Wouldn't it be lovely?
Printer is a good time to be alive in the 1800s. The gang of newsies come in. 18th century, not 1800s.
Yeah, 1700s. Yeah, like this is 1718 is when I first started. So I don't know. I'll probably die in 1760 or something. Just before the revolution gets into full gear.
Probably. Actually, when did you land exactly?
1718.
1718.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. We gotta assume that you're in your, you're probably a tween because this is a kid's book.
Yeah, probably 12 or something. But actually thinking about it, maybe my superior immune system will allow me to live longer.
That's possible. But then again, a lot of the things that you wouldn't be immune to haven't died out yet.
That's true. I still have the possibility of catching something like smallpox. Okay.
Actually, specifically, you can't catch smallpox because you would have been vaccinated like everybody.
Oh, that's true. Hopefully I was vaccinated for chickenpox. We'll see.
Hopefully. Or maybe you just had it. Whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So,
basically,
I'm gonna blast read through the
preamble.
First choice just to see what you guys pick. All right. Pay attention, guys. You've hiked through Snake Canyon once before while visiting your Uncle Howard at Red Creek Ranch, but you never noticed any cave entrance. It looks as though a recent rock slide has uncovered it. The late afternoon sun is striking the opening of the cave, and the interior remains in total darkness. You step a few feet inside, trying to get an idea of how big it is. As your eyes become used to the dark, you see what looks like a tunnel ahead, dimly lit by the phosphorescent material on its walls. The tunnels are smooth, as though they have been shaped by running water. After 20 feet or so, the tunnel curves, and you wonder where it leads. You venture a bit further, and you feel nervous about being alone in such a strange place. You turn and hurry out. A thunderstorm may be coming, and judging by how dark it looks outside, suddenly you realize that the sun has long since set, and the landscape is lit only by the pale light of the full moon. You must have fallen asleep and woken up hours later. But then you remember that something even more strange. Just last evening, the moon was only a slim crescent in the sky. You wonder how long you've been in the cave. You are not hungry. You don't feel like you've been sleeping. You wonder whether to try to walk back to home by moonlight or whether to wait for dawn rather than risk losing your footing on the steep and rocky hill.
Okay, so Chloe says, can you slow down a bit? Basically, the idea is you're visiting your uncle's ranch, and you find a cave, and it's like, cool, let's go into the cave. You walk for a little bit, and then suddenly, everything seems weird. It's suddenly really dark outside, and the moon seems wrong. You feel like maybe you fell asleep, but it doesn't really make sense. So now you don't know, should you just wait in the cave because it's really dark outside, and it seems like it might thunderstorm, or should you just try to go for home?
Do you want... Yeah. Try to make it for home or wait for dawn.
Yep, those are the options. So vote away, chat. Well, see how that goes. I usually try to go for home. That's what I did the last time, I know.
All right, we have one vote for go for home. Probably in an alternate reality. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the big likelihood, and that's almost certain just because we know this book now.
The ranch is giving me a Lovecraft vibe, and I don't want to deal with that, so onward. All right, we have one for home and one for not home. We need a tiebreaker.
Both options seem have pros and cons. Well, choose something. Because we've got 1 and 1, and we can't do both.
All right. Just gotta say, Kieran is the coolest name. Look at that.
Yeah, I do like it,
Yeah.
Yeah. Kieran, I think the guy from Sleeping with Sirens' first name is Kieran or something like that. Then again, you don't know what lives in the cave.
Let's go home and check if everything is like it was.
We can flip a Three Musketeers wrapper. Want to do that?
All right. If either Jacob, Bilo, or Faith wants to cast a vote, then that will be our tiebreaker.
Yeah. Otherwise, we'll flip a very flattened, probably years old Three Musketeers wrapper. Okay,
go back to the ranch.
We're going to the ranch, guys.
Back to the ranch. All right. If you decide to start back home, turn to page 4. As you start walking back towards the ranch, you notice that the trail seems very different than you remember it. Though, of course, moonlight can play tricks on your eyes. But you suddenly realize that you are not walking on a trail at all, but what seems to be a dried-up riverbed. You hurry back to the cave entrance. You look around you and realize the whole landscape has changed. While you were in the cave, torrents of water have washed out the trail, yet there is not so much as a puddle left. You shiver. It's cold. Much colder than it should be at this time of year. You take a jacket out of your backpack and put it on, but you are still freezing. Apparently, you still have you carry a jacket in your backpack, which is unseasonal for this kind of year. Don't know why you did that.
Well, it's fall, I think.
At least the world around you seems brighter. It's getting light in the east. The sun will soon be up. You look at your watch. It has run down, though, and you wound it only a few hours ago. Nothing seems... Analog watch. This kid has an analog watch. Cool. You know you should get back to the ranch as quickly as possible, yet somehow you feel the only way to change things back to the way it were is to re-enter the cave. Alright, I just want to say, right off the top, that this has got to be, like, the author being old, because as a kid in 1997, I had a battery-operated watch. Yeah. It was a shitty battery-operated watch, but I thought it was cool because it was Jurassic Park themed. Well, it looked like the eye of a dinosaur.
Who knows? Maybe this kid has an analog watch because, he's kind of into oldie time looking stuff. That's why he was able to survive so nicely in the 1718s.
Yeah.
Alright, so what are our options?
Okay. If you continue towards the ranch, turn to page 8. If you go back to the cave, turn to page 10. What do we want to do, given what we just heard?
Yeah, do we want to keep trying for the ranch and hope it's there? Or do we want to go back to the cave and try to unfuck our time? Stay tuned. Okay.
Chloe is now committed to going back to the ranch.
If it's still there. Yeah, we can see that. Okay, so one vote for back to the ranch. Any other people wants to chime in?
Oh, let's check and see if there's anything that got filtered.
This time passing by so seemingly quickly is giving me some Rip Van Winkle vibes.
Yep, totes. Curious how this could turn out. So ranch it is.
Okay, right. Yep. Two votes for ranch.
We got 2 votes for ranch out of the people who are actually voting.
Okay.
Shame on everybody else. Okay. Please try harder.
Back to Haru writing our story for us.
Okay. Oh, this never goes away. Like, what? It does. When you change tabs, it's still just that.
Is it though? Because I've seen it go back to this. Let's watch this.
Okay. Jacob also votes for the ranch.
Overwhelmingly ranch.
Okay. Ranch. Okay. As it gets lighter, you realize that you can't be on the right track. The canyon seems shallower than it was. The riverbed is strewn with boulders that were never there before. The cold wind chills you to the bone, yet it's the middle of summer. As you climb to higher ground to get a better view, you notice patches of snow. From the top of the ridge, you survey a barren, frozen plain. A barren plain of frozen lakes.
Oh, no.
And in the distance, a massive range of snow-covered mountains. You begin to realize you are not merely lost, you are lost in time. You have somehow been transported to an ice age that occurred many thousands of years ago. You walk towards one of the cliffs that borders the canyon, seeking shelter from the wind, and notice an entrance to another cave. You are tempted to go inside, but you feel that you should keep moving in hopes of somehow reaching familiar country. Do you enter the cave, or do you continue on, not towards the cave?
If I have a vote, let's go back to the cave. Because I don't want to be trapped in the fucking ice age.
This is all commenters.
I know, yeah, I don't have a vote. But, if you want us trapped in the fucking ice age, go ahead, guys. Go ahead.
All right.
Kill us all.
Hey, this cave is not necessarily the cave of time.
Well, who knows? Maybe it is.
It could be the cave of rhyme.
Rhyme time.
Yeah.
Like Wheel of Fortune, playing that forever.
Like you walk into the cave, and you get a shave.
What?
And but only if you don't behave. Then you'll go
Beehive.
Then you'll go to your grave.
The Ice Age is no place for a boy, so cave. What the heck? Let's try for the cave.
There are going to be a lot of creatures that will kill us.
There might be some neat cave paintings.
What if there's something in the cave?
Then we'll run out of it. We're kind of hopeless here.
Danger lurks around every... Trust your feelings, got to live and learn.
Well, that sounds semi-familiar, but I have no idea what it is.
City Escape.
Oh, then I definitely don't know what it is.
Danger is lurking around every turn. Trust your feelings, got to live and learn.
Okay, so we've got 3 votes for the cave. Let's go.
Cave story.
Cave.
All right. As you enter the cave, you see a flickering light ahead and you smell smoke. You make your way along a winding passageway and enter a large chamber. Fires rise out of the earthen vessels. Several short, stocky people with straight black hair and primitive faces are painting pictures on the walls of the cave.
Jacob called it.
They are dressed in animal skins. In a corner of the cave are beds of straw. You stand, slightly afraid, as the cave people drop their work and run over and stare at you in disbelief. The largest man is carrying a long vine. He steps forward as though he might seize you and tie you up with a vine.
Whoa. We're only 12, so we shouldn't be that kinky.
And it starts very, very early, actually.
Okay, so what are our options?
If you stay and try to make friends, turn to page 26. If you try to run for it, turn to page 28.
What are we doing, guys? I don't know if we can talk to them, but then again, like, I don't know, like, how fit we are against cavemen.
All right, so, friend or foe?
Yeah. Run, they can't speak English.
Well, you don't know that. It's a kid's book. Everybody speaks English. That's why Thor speaks English.
It's not a kid's book.
Thor?
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of was back in the 60s.
Let's kickstart the meme age early.
Meme age, yes.
And they might get scared of your knowledge. I don't know. If you act like prey, they might think you're prey. That's fair.
Yep.
Okay, so 1 vote for run. Jacob, should we take your vote as don't run, make friends? And I'm not really clear what Kieran's vote is.
Oh, be friends.
Oh, be friends? Okay.
Yeah.
Meme age. Oh, okay.
Hey guys, I've got some sweet memes to show you. Well, this was before meme was in the common lexicon, so like a little kid in 1997 isn't gonna know the word meme.
Maybe he's a woke kid because, he spends all his days on the internet. Then again, probably not since he, visited a ranch.
I mean, spending all of your days on the internet is very, very likely back in those times to put you in the circles of Richard Dawkins. So yeah, actually that does make the idea of him knowing what a meme is way more common. More likely, whatever.
I say display your defense skills, but try to make friends. Kind of like how Hiccup earns a dragon's trust.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess we're making friends, guys.
Alright. Turn to page 26. Try to make friends. You make friendly gestures. Like what? What are friendly gestures in this context?
Like
hello. Like waving?
Yeah.
Waving, smiling. The man holding the vine steps back and smiles. The people talk to you in a friendly fashion, but you cannot understand what they are saying. Hey, you called it.
Yeah.
Nor can they understand you. You feel awkward, but are happy to be safe and warm for the moment. Several people have gone back to working on their paintings. You decide to try communicating through drawing. You begin to draw a picture of yourself. The cave people laugh, but one of them brings you a slice of half-cooked meat. It doesn't taste very good, but you're hungry, so you don't mind. Gradually, you make friends and learn a few words. Some of the people go hunting and come back with game. Others make clothing from animal skins. You help with making clothing from animal skins with primitive technology is really fucking hard.
Yeah.
Like, I know how to do it. That's why I know that it's hard.
Yeah.
That's a very labor-intensive process. That's like 10 straight hours. Anyway. You help with cleaning and cooking each day, and each day you paint a picture on the walls. Others are fascinated by your drawings of airplanes, ships, and cars. Things they see only as abstract designs because they have no way of knowing what function they could possibly serve. One day, a group of other people visit. You have never seen them before, but your friends welcome them warmly, holding a great feast in their honor. After everyone is through eating, the conversation intensifies. You can tell that the cave people are talking about a serious problem. Then, one by one, they drift off to sleep. You walk outside and see if you can learn anything. The ground is covered with deep snow. A bitter cold wind blows the snow in whirling clouds. The next morning, people pack up their belongings and urge you to do so also. Do so also. Ooh. Some migration is obviously intended, no doubt to a warmer climate. You feel that you should go with the cave people, but you have a great longing to return to your own home, and your only hope of doing so is to find your way back to the Cave of Time.
What are our options?
Are you going with the cave people? Turn to page 46. Or do you try to find your way back to the Cave of Time? Page 47.
That's hard because, like, on the one hand, you kind of want to go with the cave people because they seem to know the way, but on the other hand, like, is there a possibility that they might lead you towards the Cave of Time by mistake? Who knows? Well, at least they're friendly.
Yeah.
Of course, gestures mean different things in different cultures. George Bush flew to Australia given the American peace sign, but that gesture is offensive in that country. I hope you're adaptable to their style of cuisine. Like, it seems like he's getting along okay just because he's operating out of sheer hunger, but I'm sure, like, as soon as he finds, he gets back to his own time, if he does, then, it'll be way better. Go with the cave people, says Jacob. Okay, so one vote for go with the cave people. What does other people say? Should we go with the cave people or try to find our cave of time?
All right. Kieran says, little risky, let's try and find the cave.
Okay, Chloe, what do you say? You've got the tiebreaker.
Do you want to go with the cave people? Marry a cave lady? Get some sweet cave clunge? Cave people. Yes!
Okay, we're cave peopling it up in here. Caving it up on top.
All right.
Okay, flipping through a book.
You're going to nab yourself a brawny cave wife. Dressed as warmly as possible in your crude boots and coat of animal skins, you leave shortly after sunup with the others, a ragged band of 30 men, women, and children. Luckily, there are no babies. They could never survive the migration. Actually, people are really, really sturdy. Like, I would expect that even if you were, like, hoofing it on foot, like, 12 hours a day, you'd probably be fine.
Oh, yeah, we'll see about the children, though.
Anyway, the sun shows briefly through the clouds. The wind abates, and you make good progress on your southward journey. After only a few days of travel, everyone is nearing exhaustion. The hunters have not been able to find enough game. There's no way to light a fire at night, and the only way to keep from freezing is to sleep huddled together. After a week, though, you notice the sun shines more warmly at midday, and the snow is not quite so deep. It begins to look as though you will survive, though you must give up your hope of ever returning to your own time. And then you live amongst the cave people forever.
Congratulations! We're starting the world!
Alright, I know this is literally the plot of Dr. Stone, but I would so be up for that.
I would not. I don't want to live any time before now.
The reason that I would be up for it is kind of altruism, like
kind of like Dr. Stone, just like get everyone to the best spot as possible as quickly as possible. In this particular case,
you're specifically going back in time, which means that if you start, say, the idea of literacy early, you can kick off.
You can kick up a lot of inventions, because so much is able to be communicated just by having literacy.
Yeah. Like, depending on how far back in time you go, your knowledge of literacy and mathematics, you, like, I wanted to say this earlier, but you probably do have enough understanding that depending on how far back in time you go, you could use that very, very well.
Literacy, maybe, because I can teach letters. Like, I can teach someone English pretty okay. But I don't think mathematics, because even my understanding, of basic mathematics is very shaky. Like, especially with geometry and all that, that would probably be really important. Like, I only know, like, classroom application for these kind of things, like, if that.
Well, I mean, think about what it would be like if you went to a time where they used Roman numerals. The fact that you could semi-reliably calculate by hand...
Only, like, to 10.
No, that you could semi-reliably multiply large multi-digit numbers by hand would be world-changing.
Fair. Okay. Chloe says that's better than I thought it would end. Same here. I thought we'd die, because I think I have died in the olden time, like the Ice Age before. Congrats! We've officially entered the plot of Come From Away. I've not seen that yet. I need to get around to it. For those of you who don't know, CFA is a musical based on the story of
7,000 9/11 evacuees being stationed in Newfoundland and having to come together to adapt to the culture.
Yeah, I heard the synopsis of the plot, and I think Diva from Musical Hell did know the score about it. I want to watch it, I just need to get around to it. Or, like, listen to the soundtrack at the very least. Just need to get around to it. We'll see.
Alright, I'm interested in that.
Well, congratulations, guys. We managed to survive every single way we went.
We never got murdered.
Yeah, and that is a possibility. Unfortunately, though, we did not find the, Time Lord type guy, but, we still are okay.
Yeah. Oh, here's another thought from earlier. The fact that you know what movable type is movable type, printing press, little blocks with letters on them.
Like, I've heard of it, but I have no idea how it works or anything like that.
You know enough that if I gave you 6 months, you could...
I don't know about that.
Describe it to somebody who is more of a go-getter than you, and...
I don't know about that. Is it basically just taking blocks and, caking them with ink and then, pressing them onto a parchment of some sort?
Yes.
Okay.
Although parchment is specifically leather.
Well, parchment or paper or something of the nature.
Yeah.
Okay.
By the way, did you guys know that? Parchment is made of leather.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, parchment is from animals. Yeah.
Yeah, when somebody's gets bad news and tears a parchment in anger, what they're really showing you is that they're really, really mad because they are able to tear leather by hand.
Yeah, I only know that about leather from Ascendance of Bookworm, which should be starting relatively soon.
Oh yeah, it's spring season, right?
I don't know if it started yet, but it'll probably be coming. That time travel guy probably scammed you and ran off and tried to film somebody else to scam. Yeah. I wonder, what do we have to do to get to that time travel guy? Because, okay, let's see. Somehow we needed to end up on page 43.
Alright, so now Vamp is just quietly reading a book to herself.
Okay, so if you meet the time guy, there is a possibility of him telling you where to go to get home. Oh, I guess there's a way to end up in, Great Wall China era. Oh, and the Titanic!
Interesting.
I think I might have ended up on the Titanic before, actually.
So this is a cool idea.
Yeah, I like this. Oh, that's one of the bad endings with the knights.
Encountering a knight is its own bad ending. I don't want to encounter a knight.
Yeah. All right. So thank you guys for traveling through time with us. Let's see, what do we want to do now? Like, I know you want to play XCOM, but I'm just so concerned about not being interesting by, either sitting and watching you play a game, or like.
Well, there's a lot that comes up with it that I think you would have a strong reaction to.
I don't know, but like in the lulls between them, I just can't see myself being interesting.
Okay.
Do you guys want to play Jackbox? Chloe just suggested it. We can play some Jackbox. And we can also see what we've got on Steam.
Let's open up the Steam
I
library.
don't want Battle.net anymore. We need to uninstall that. Let's uninstall that live.
Yeah, let's uninstall it live.
Here, I'm going to let you do it since you know the way to officially uninstall it. We're uninstalling Blizzard from our computer. Like, we've not used like Blizzard or Overwatch since we said we'd stop, but we just never got around to actually uninstalling it.
Program. Yours is set up different than mine. Control panel. There we go.
Yeah.
Programs and features. Lots and lots of games. Where's Battle?
Why are we not
Blizzard app.
like doing Blizzard? Because they're basically they're basically like a dog to China and their evilness. So basically what happened was one of their esports players for their game Hearthstone was on like some interview with some Hearthstone commentators, and he said he at the very end basically said that he supports Hong Kong, and suddenly they ban him from playing and prevent him from getting any access to any of his prize money, and they also suspend the commentators. Like, eventually they do walk back and only suspend him for 6 months and say, okay, yeah, you can have access to your winnings.
Your promised prize winnings from before you said something we didn't like.
Yeah, but it's very clear that they're in the pockets of China. So fuck that. I will not stand with a company that will censor and punish people for saying something that a foreign country doesn't like. That's just fucking bullshit. Especially a country like China that is literal, the Communist Party is literally evil. Let's
not pretend that anybody doesn't know that there's an ongoing literal Holocaust in China.
Yeah, the Uyghur Muslims in China, and then also them trying to strip Hong Kong of any of their rights, basically trying to make them China 2.0, only not China 2.0, just another part of China, and take away the democracy that they have gotten used to, and so they know better than being ruled under the CCP, so they don't want that, but China's like, no bitch, you're ours now. Yeah, Chinese people, fine. The Chinese Communist Party, fucking evil. And I hate that so many American companies only think of how much money they can get from China versus trying to be on the right side of history.
And they will never be punished for it.
Well, no, because, eventually, when it gets too unprofitable to stand with China, they'll be like, yeah, China sucks, guys. Buy our product because we are not supporting them. But, except for the fact that, they had no qualms about doing it when people weren't in a hissy fit. You can
know for certain that you can ethically purchase our products now that we have decided to back off from working with the Chinese government, and by bowing to public pressure for things that we decided to knowingly do, and endorse financially for our own personal profit.
they know this shit is happening. They know that the profits that they're making are off the backs of people being forced into labor in, like, basically literal concentration camps. But, you know, they don't care because it's not like anyone else is gonna, like, raise a hissy fit except for, like, NPR. But who listens to NPR? Who actually listens to people, like, being holocausted?
Well, we're on our hot take roll, and now that we've been demonetized, I'm just also going to throw it out there that if anything says "Made in America" on the stamp on the back, it was made with slave labor, because that's what most Made in America stamps mean, is that it was made by prison labor, which is slave labor.
It is literal slave labor. And also, prisoners are American citizens. They should have the right to vote.
Yep.
Okay, so after, like, all that, you guys want to play some Jackbox? Back to being uncontroversial and, you know, bowing to Daddy YouTube.
Well,
God.
how's everybody doing?
We're up to 7 people now that we've, you know, started ripping a new one on China and slave labor.
There's a lot of stuff like that I just take for granted as being common knowledge.
Unfortunately, it's not. Like, listening to NPR has, like, it's confirmed things, but also expanded my understanding of certain things. Like, how it's, like, in most prisons, it's near impossible to get an education because of the whole 3-strike policy and tough on crime thing. Like, they decided, oh, we don't need to educate prisoners. We need to punish them. That's what's best for society.
Yeah,
and,
I thought that was common knowledge.
Yeah.
Why do you think I'm so cynical?
Yeah, exactly. I do feel at least a little bit for consuming Chinese products that were made out of literal slave labor. Vamp, I love you so much. Thanks. But there are plenty of movies like Kubrick's that were also made in borderline slave labor conditions. Yeah, and I think what's important is recognizing those facts and not, like...
I mean, Kubrick never murdered anybody.
Even still, that's still not great. Like,
yeah,
we should definitely recognize those facts and also take that into consideration when considering the works. Like,
that kind of thing by itself is why I don't buy games from EA or Ubisoft or
and like
Rockstar Games.
It's also why I'm no longer like purchasing movie tickets to see Disney movies, because I just can't stand with their monopoly of the world. Like, and, you know, also how they try to sugarcoat and, under the guise of family friendliness, basically, for lack of a better term, whitewash everything they touch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, don't be ignorant, and then try to also let the knowledge of the world influence your decisions. Like, I'm against buying from Nestle. I adore Butterfingers, but if it's got Nestle on there, I'm not buying it.
Well, you should also realize that if you don't want to buy from any of the major monopolies that do, because all of the major monopolies do evil things, interchangeably evil things. Yeah. You basically have no products left to buy.
Yeah, I know.
Because
it's like
Procter & Gamble, Unilever, Johnson & Johnson, and Nestle. General Mills.
Yeah.
They own everything.
Yeah. It's hard to be...
There is...
It's hard to be an ethical consumer when the world isn't set up for ethics.
So there's this long-standing joke, there's no ethical consumption under capitalism. And I call it a joke because what they mean is that participating in the system can under no circumstances be good because of the dynamic of exploitation of labor that is just built into how we hire people. But, like... what they ought to mean is that everything that is sold is owned by evil people, and there is no hope and there is no control. You're just fucked.
Yeah. So on that note, let's play some Jackbox games.
What else do we have? Oh, do you want to pick up Dream Daddy? I would actually vastly prefer picking up Dream Daddy again.
You guys want to play some more Dream Daddy?
Yeah,
we got some more daddies to fuck.
I would way rather do Dream Daddy than I would like doing Jackbox. I'm kind of Jackboxed out.
Okay, yeah, I understand.
For the next couple months.
Well, actually, we haven't fucked any daddies, so we gotta get on that.
Yes.
Like, chat, what say you? Like, this is a major oversight on our parts, and this needs to be remedied. I mean, of course, we're at your guys' whims, but, there's daddies to fuck. Just saying. I'm gonna refresh the page just because sometimes it, stops. Okay, so it is current. Okay. Yeah, I noticed it doesn't show this window when something else is in full screen mode and you just tab over to it. But if you minimize the full screen window, then it will.
Yeah, because it's trying to capture things that are full screened.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Chloe says I have Disney Plus. All right, but are you the only person on the account? Is it entirely funded out of your money? Are you the only person who wants it? There's if somebody else has a Disney Plus account and wants me to use it, it doesn't give them more money for me to use it.
No.
I will still prefer to pirate things.
Yeah.
Because I would just rather not give them the watch time because it'll raise their analytics. But that is such a... Yeah, the fact that it's your dad's means that you're basically scot-free, morally speaking.
Kind of, yeah.
It's kind of like the difference between what we want to avoid is a nirvana fallacy. We want to avoid is things like, well, I'm not perfect, and I shouldn't even try.
Yeah.
The difference between not buying one in the first place by anyone in the house because Disney is evil, that makes a much bigger difference than just not using it because it'll raise their usage analytics. That's the thing that I wouldn't want to do. Only contributes 2% to the problem. People actually buying it are actually doing all the real lifting.
Jacob Bilo, or you can wait to rent stuff from the library. That is what I used to do, and I still sometimes do that. I am a huge proponent, fan of libraries in general. They are the best. They are they were my gateway to the world when I had no internet. And they got me into all the stuff that I'm into now. They facilitated my ability to see musicals, to get into anime and manga. Libraries, a huge good. And anyone who's against libraries is literally my enemy.
Yes. Remember, if you like libraries, you're de facto a socialist.
Yep. Exactly. Well, no one's saying anything about Dream Daddy, so...
That means we're playing Dream Daddy.
Oh! My mentality is that if something is morally wrong, but no one is ever getting hurt, I will just do that something because morality is a human construct.
All right, so right and wrong are discoverable things. It's not like we're just tallying up harm. And if we are tallying up harm, then I could actually chart out with hard numbers how the thing that you're doing is causing harm.
Yeah.
But if you try to approach it from that angle, what you're going to rapidly find is that's not how people think. And that's not what the amount of harm that something does has no bearing on whether people think it's a good or a bad idea.
This is interesting because it auto-saves, and so you can come back at any point to...
Interesting.
When you, did it, but this is where we left off, so let's go ahead and load that.
Yeah.
Minimize eating fried foods, candies, and sweets. Smile as often as you can. It will make others around you feel more comfortable. Thanks, Dad.
That's not universally true, but it is generally good advice, which is why I kind of have a resting smile a lot of the time at conventions.
I try to have a resting smile, but, I frown too much to have a resting smile.
There's more to it than just that too. There's some mix of posture and gesture, so I can give it a light smile or a particular twist in my head, the way that I'm looking at you right now.
Let's see. Yes. Yes, kids, we can remember a time before the internet was a commodity. Yeah, I remember even a time when the internet was still, like, I grew up when the internet was still a big thing. But, like, we were poor and we couldn't really afford decent internet. Or, like, my parents just chose not to have decent internet. So, like, and the library was right next to my high school lot. So it's, like, always go there. And my dad, like, he liked that it would be a treat for us to go to the library every week. Like, he enjoyed facilitating that, you know, when he wasn't dead tired from work. I vaguely remember Dream Daddy having a cult ending, but I can't be sure due to bad memory. I've never gotten to the end, like, so I've never gotten to fucking Dad, so we'll see.
That may be like a Monster Prom thing because, you know, Monster Prom has many normal endings, but it does have one cult ending.
Oh, I've not seen that one. Chloe says, I mean, Disney ruling the world isn't, like, physically hurting anyone, right? Well, it's not physically hurting anyone to my knowledge, but, like, the thing is, like, it's actively, suppressing certain voices. Like any queer, like, representation they have is more, like, it's more superficial than actually giving a queer person a voice. Like, Disney as a company is still very much like, you know, this is what's popular, so let's do it. Like, it's notable that, like, you know, for the sake of China and, you know, other stuff, they're taking away, like, supposedly they're taking away any notion that Mulan's love interest might be bi. Like, Disney is what is it? Conveniently progressive. They're only progressive when it benefits them. They don't give a fuck about queer people or minorities.
Also, as far as not causing direct harm, take a look at what, say, J.J. Abrams has to say about working for Disney and the experience of doing it. Like, it's not just that recent Star Wars movie was bad. It's that it could have been good and it wasn't allowed to be.
Also look into how Walt Disney treated his employees, like, when they demanded, like, a decent living.
Yeah, I mean, okay, but that's also harm done. He's been dead for, like, 30 years.
Yeah, but it's still, like, that's what Disney is built upon. Like, the big romanticized Disney that made Snow White and Cinderella. Like, it was built on the back of someone who basically thought you were anti-American if you wanted, like, the right to unionize.
An idea that I want to get to is that there's more kinds of harm than just Holocaust and slave labor. Like,
yeah.
Would you consider the job that you work right now to be doing harm to you?
Technically, yes, because, like, housekeeping is physically hurting me. Like, partially, I don't know what it is. Probably the way I sleep. Because my experience isn't the same as others, but it's very physically demanding, and, like, housekeepers aren't paid very much. Like, if this was a fair world, housekeepers would make quite a bit of money to, reciprocate, pay back, like, the physical wear and tear on your body from, like, having to work for so long, especially, like, if you're in a hotel with not a lot of housekeepers, so you end up basically working, like, 7 hours a day just cleaning rooms. Like, this is not a fair world. And, like, just simply not having literal slaves isn't a high bar to clear, and it's not, like, doesn't necessarily make you good.
I've talked about this in a couple of my own videos, but all the jobs that I've had that I quit were because it was mentally destructive to me to such a degree that I would, and I don't say this with, I'm not exaggerating when I say this, rather starve. And that's what I did instead. Because that was better for me.
Let's see. Oh gosh, we missed quite a bit. There we go. Jacob Elo. Basically, we're all guilty of doing more harm than we realize every day. Try to do at least just much good for the world. Kind of, yeah, because just living in the system we do and participating in it, we are causing harm one way or another. like, because most people don't know where they get their coffee beans from, where they get like things that you just get from the supermarket. Where'd that supermarket get it? Was it born off the back of children working like 40 hours a week, literally not being able to go to school and being paid like $5 an hour? Or no, $5 a day.
So, what we really mean to say here is be the socialism you want to see in the world.
Exactly.
Don't go out and start a worker co-op, because not only are businesses people, businesses are the only people.
Yeah. Disney around the world needs things like the recent Star Wars, and we don't want more of that. You are completely correct here. And
yeah, like, that's what I was responding to earlier.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I hate that Disney is being so successful at just redoing, like, beloved classics. Like on the one hand...
Doing worse versions of beloved things.
Yeah. On the one hand, it's like, okay, like... It's healthy and also can be creatively enriching to redo stories every so often. But when it's the same company, like the people who made it already, like under our system, like of copyright, they're only doing it to make sure it never ever gets out of copyright protection, so no one can ever do the story except for them. And on top of that, like they're not doing anything really new except for like making it as like politically like correct, like as unoffensive as possible, while also watering down the things that made people like it in the first place. It's we are just recycling stories in an uninteresting way. And I hate it so much. I hate that the live action reboots and retellings are so fucking popular, even though they are literally worse versions of what came beforehand. Like, why are people giving money to this? It is so fucking bonkers. I don't understand. Yes, on the one hand, there's like, oh, well, I'm kind of curious to, out of like a schadenfreude, like see how this just kind of fails. But on the one hand, it's like, have you ever not heard of torrents? Like, why do you want to give money to this thing that you claim to hate? And I hate when people are like, well, it's not hurting anyone. Well, it's hurting our cultural narrative. It's hurting, our storytellings, the things that become cultural touchstones. Like, we're just recycling the same things over and over and over and over and over and over again without any interest. This is why I like watching different versions of musicals and movies, because they always bring something new, something interesting that changes the fundamentals of the story. But Disney's not doing that. Instead, they're trying to make it as whitewashed, as easily to swallow as possible, while just making a generally worse product. I hate it. I hate this fucking world. My throat hurts. Like, ow.
Was that cathartic?
Kind of, yeah, because, just watching the video from Sideways talking about, how musically worse the Disney reboots are, it just infuriated me hearing that, what was it, The Lion King or whatever remake made $20 billion, just coming out of theaters, which was how, it took, 20 years or something for The Lion King on stage, a demonstrably better version of The Lion King, to make. And it sickens me. Yeah, there's a barrier to entry to getting into anything on Broadway, but even still, why are we supporting this? Why are we giving money to bad things?
And that's why it's important to give money to people like Jello Apocalypse for making Epithet Erased, or why it's important to give money to Vivzy Pop for her heli shows.
People trying to do something different. Yes, there's not really an original story, but there's different takes on the same story that we can have.
Actually, I think that there's not an original story thing is total bullshit. Look at the history of fiction.
Fair,
I'm
not sure how I feel about it.
The further you go back in the history of storytelling, the more totally absent ideas were. While there's something that's vaguely shaped It's kind of like saying that everything exists already in silhouette. If you just if you strip out all of the actual shape and color and texture from something and reduce it to just an outline, that probably can be found somewhere in static. Like, technically true, not meaningfully true.
Well, yeah, not meaningfully true, and that's the thing. Like, that's why we need different voices to tell different stories, especially like in today's time. Like, when we've lived for centuries without, like, hearing people who were not cis straight white guys. Like, even then, like, we've only heard from white guys, like, whether they be, like, heterosexual or whatnot. Like, why can't, like, we are still pushing back against hearing from women, hearing from queer people, hearing from African Americans, anyone who's not a white guy. Like, why are we still okay with this? Why is it that women at the Oscars is still a meme? Like, this was a meme in the 90s. Why are we still, like, talking about, like, oh, look how many men there are? Like, why are people okay with this?
That's built into the Oscars. Your problem is the problem is not that the Oscars aren't better. The problem is that the Oscars will never be better.
Well, like, I think it can be better, but it needs, like, there's other cultural shifts that need to change. Like, more demand for different voices. Like, not going out in droves to the next, like, generic white director's film. Like, and like, people in the industry, like, demanding to hear from, like, women directors and stuff like that. Like, there needs to be, like, other pushes. We can't just be complacent in what we're, like, living with what we've only known.
There's plenty of things where when it's sufficiently broken, you have to look at how much does it take to fix it versus how much would we be better off just replacing it.
Yeah, and I'd rather have that conversation than the same thing about, oh, why aren't there women in the Oscars every single goddamn year?
Well, I think we're past the conversation point on that. I think we ought to just be doing that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. Like, we need action, and we need enough people to take that action. But unfortunately, just going to the movies and watching whatever's on that's not taking action.
Yep.
Like, just watching anything that Disney puts out, that's inherently supporting what they're doing, regardless of how you actually feel about it. My throat hurts now.
After Winnie City, I think I'm going to buy this game because the Game Grumps seem like ethical developers.
Yeah, I'd recommend it. Like, I've had fun playing it, even though, like, I've not really gotten to play it too much just because I play too much Sims. Like, it's hard for me to play different games because I have, like, a small wheelhouse of games that always take up my time. So I struggle to get into anything new.
I'm trying to pick up Dwarf Fortress and it's fucking impenetrable.
Alright, well, we're moving on to Dream Daddy, guys. We're not being
we're stepping away from the Disney pile.
Yeah, we're not being like controversial anymore. So YouTube, give us back our monetization, please. Please let me make money.
Let's see.
I gave myself a headache from ranting.
All right, out of this set, Grammys was a joke. Lana Del Rey deserved her award. Grammys went to Billie Eilish, deserves her awards. She's multi-talented. Well, I can never bring myself to care about an awards show that doesn't represent my interests.
I do like Lana Del Rey and Billie Eilish, what I've heard of them.
And I also can't get behind an awards show that only has people that I don't care about in it.
Yeah.
And the cutoff line for me caring about you is, are you signed to a record label? If the answer is yes, you don't matter.
See, I'm not quite that strict. It's just like whatever I like, I like. And I don't care about award shows really, like, except for, like, having to hear about them every single time.
We got some upvotes for Dwarf Fortress.
I've Dwarf Fortress is good, and I've been, tangentially interested in it.
I would love to show you how infinitely deep Dwarf Fortress is.
Okay. Oh, there's a sticky note on the back of the cover. Yeah, it's got nothing on it.
Okay. Amanda walks back into the living room, crumbs on her face and cookie in hand.
That was the smoothest cover I've ever seen. I should be taking notes.
Yeah.
See? You're already fitting in great.
Where'd those cookies go?
They're gone. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And if it makes you feel any better, they weren't very good.
Ouch.
Brutal.
Yeah, poor Christian. So you ate all of them anyway.
Look at that face. Look at that face as a response to, so you ate all of them anyway.
Yeah, of course I would.
Fantastic.
Oh my goodness.
Finger guns.
I guess that makes it break time.
Any ideas?
Joseph probably wants his plate back. That's the only option. So, his name's Joseph.
This was the smooth guy who was mildly uncomfortable and then had a really sweet recovery when he just closed the door, knocked again, and started over.
Yeah, he was sweet, yeah. I think we get a ton of good neighbor points if we bring this back.
I just totally read that in Dan's voice.
That makes sense, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna be the best... Oh, yeah, that's you.
We're gonna be the best neighbors in this whole cul-de-sac. You know, something about how cul-de-sac is hyphenated has always rubbed me the wrong way.
Why is that?
Like, what does cul-de-sac actually mean in French?
It's probably something like, I imagine it'd be something like, end of the, like, a rounded corner of the area or something like that. Because de is of.
All right, folks at home, give us an English translation of what cul-de-sac is.
I was gonna say, we can Google Translate it now.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh my goodness, is there only one person here?
Let's see.
Well, it says
Oh,
4.
mine is never... my count is never accurate.
Okay. Oh, Jacob Elip's gone. See ya.
So, award shows are basically equivalent to scholarships. That's the extent of their value. I would say that they are significantly less valuable than that.
I mean, look at, the years, some random ass movie won, movie that was, huge that year, won an award, and then was never heard from again. Now, let's just do it live. Let's just pull up. Trusty old Google Trans.
Change the keyboard back.
Why'd you do this to me?
I didn't. I did it to me.
Why'd you do this?
I had to look something up, I think. I don't remember.
Why'd you do this?
Yeah, I know it's a collection of houses with a road in the middle. It's
Dead
like
end.
Dead end?
I bet that must be end,
No. What I want is, what does cull mean in French?
Ass. Ass but ramp, so must be end.
Bagass. Cul-de-sac. Sac literally meaning sack.
End of sack.
Bottom of the bag. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Bagass. That's hilarious.
Translate history. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I don't care about having translate history when I'm not signed in. Okay, so back to Dream Daddy. We're gonna kick all the other neighbors' butts. With kindness.
Amanda. Go ahead.
Amanda and I step outside.
Huh.
Shoot, I'm actually not sure which house this is.
I'd hazard a guess it's the big one with all of the well-groomed blonde children sitting in the yard.
Good eye, kid.
And remember, we need to make a positive first impression here. Keep it light.
We walked up to the kids and waved.
Do you remember what happened last time?
Right. Hey guys, is your dad around? Oh my god, they look miserable.
Oh, Oh, this is the delightful children from down the lane.
Oh, they are, yeah. Although I think there was a couple more.
Or not Children of the Corn. Scanners? Is that? There was some movie that had a bunch of psychic blonde children that didn't talk but would talk into your mind.
No, I don't know. They all
Yeah.
stare at us blankly. We just wanted to return this nice plate, and thank you for the cookies. Jeez, these definitely are Joseph's kids. They look exactly like him. ...
Hey.
They were really good. ...
Oh.
I mean, I hear they were good. I didn't get to eat any. ... I chuckled nervously.
Well, okay. We're gonna set this plate down on the ground, real gentle, and then back away slowly. Right, Dad?
Right, that's what we're gonna do.
Karen McLaughlin says, I think this is the cult guy.
Oh my god, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, he is a Christian.
Oof. The
kid's eyes bore into us as we scurry away. I can feel their gaze on my back even as we approach our house. Okay then.
I need something to get my mind off of those carbon copy kids.
I need to rest my eyes.
You've been awake for, what, 3 hours?
And that's 3 hours too many. Oh. As we're walking home, I hear heavy footsteps coming from behind us. Oh, I think this is, this is Bro Daddy.
Sebastian, bro.
Hey.
I turn around and am greeted by a familiar face jogging up to us. Craig?
Bro.
Bro.
Oh.
Holy. Wow. I haven't seen Craig in forever.
It's been too long, dude.
Yeah, wow, you look great.
Bro.
Yeah, I cleaned up my act.
Cleaned up his act? Are you kidding me? He's ripped! Amanda, this is my friend Craig. We went to college together. We were roommates for a while, too.
Amanda, dude, you probably don't remember me, but you're so big now. Hello, and hello, cute baby.
Oh.
Ah, thank you. Last time I saw you, I think you were about her size. This is River. Say hi, River.
He picks up her tiny wrist and waves it around. River girls happily.
Look at that. Look
Are
how
you
look at her
babysitting?
actually being
Yeah,
happy.
River is so cute. I love her.
Nah, dude, River's my kid.
Man, it has been a long time. Feels like 1 minute we were rolling up to exams with bad hangovers, and the next we're both fathers. Where you been, man?
Pro tip, if you want to avoid a hangover, chug a Pedialyte. I was working out in California and just relocated the business back to Maple Bay.
No kidding. Amanda and I just moved to this side of town. How's Smashley doing?
Smashly.
I mean, Ashley. Ashley's her name.
She actually still goes by Smashly, and we got divorced last year.
Oh, dude, I'm so sorry.
It's old news. We take turns taking care of River and the twins. It's all copacetic.
Twins? You have 3 kids?
Ain't life something, bruh? Right?
Keg Stand Craig is a father of 3.
River's blowing a bubble.
Oh, I love her so much.
This has been the first baby that I haven't hated.
Well, she is an animated baby, so.
Doesn't come with any of the problems of an actual baby.
Oh, whoa. Jacob Bilo says, oh, and one more thing before I sign off tonight. The Prince of Egypt has his own musical on the West End.
Cool.
Interesting. I think, Karen says, I think the game's pro tag is an amorphous fog dad.
Amorphous fog dad.
Okay.
Keg stand Craig. Oh yeah, that was my old college nickname.
He got it because he did a lot of keg stands.
Look at that expression. It left. It's that thing where you do a handstand on a keg and then drink from the keg. Right.
He was very good at it.
Bro, I hate to be that guy, but I'm in the middle of my daily jog and I really got to keep my heart rate up. I brought River along, for resistance training.
You jog daily? I jog yearly. On January 1st, when I promised myself that I'm going to jog daily for the rest of the year, but gave up after 30 minutes to just walk home.
Hey, walking home still counts. You
Yeah.
had to jog there in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Don't lose heart, guys. And this is also why that CGP Grey video about themes is really good.
Yeah.
Themes are good.
Yeah.
Well, it's never too late to get back into it, dude. You should join me sometime. Yeah, it's the spirit.
I don't know.
Come on, it'll be fun. We could grab breakfast afterwards, catch up. We could do bro brunch like the good old days.
Alright, sure. Sounds great.
Yeah, great. Let's plan on doing that soon. I better get moving. Good to see you guys.
Craig gives a little wave and
That's
puts
my
his ear
surfer
back
laugh.
in jogs off. I can't believe Craig is ripped and has kids. I'm reeling.
Well, it's probably because he didn't have to deliver them.
Ouch.
Actually, maybe not. Are you into mpreg?
What?
Male pregnancy?
No?
That's a fetish.
Oh.
It gets a lot of art on DeviantArt.
Oh. I've got something for Not Vampire lately that I want to talk to you about later.
Gotcha. If you want access to Not a Vampire Lately, you can pledge on Patreon. For how much?
Patreon.com/notvampire. Just $5 a month will get you Not Vampire Lately, where about twice a month I give a little update about what's going on in my life and things that just don't make it into my videos because I don't talk about my daily life in my videos too much.
We are definitely not ripping off the 2 weeks review.
Oh, no, we're not. Like, what? And I'm not ripping off Digi's, like, a pay for a video thing by, like, $15 a month will get you a video. Like, what? Why would I do that?
Because it was lucrative.
I mean, if I was ripping him off, like, that would be why.
All right, back to Amanda. Why's that?
The Craig I knew was not fit to be responsible for any living thing, including and especially himself. One time I watched him drink an entire jar of marinara sauce for dinner.
That sounds
Amanda,
rad.
he opened up the new jar of marinara sauce and then just drank it like it was a thing that normal people do. It was unholy. And then I asked him what the hell he was doing, and he said, and I quote,
It's basically a smoothie, bro. I mean, technically, he's not wrong? Yeah.
He jogs! He was jogging!
Tomatoes contain a lot of moisture, and therefore they can supply enough of that moisture when you blend them together into a marinara sauce to constitute a smoothie. Drink up, guys.
He was like a totally different person. Anyway, we better get home. I have plenty of time to reflect on how old I feel later. Sorry. Damn. Amanda and I flopped down onto the couch. Amanda has to shove some empty boxes out of the way before she can sit.
Too bad we're gonna be putting my stuff right back into these boxes in a few months.
No, don't say that.
Dad, it's gonna be okay. I'll be fine.
I know. It's just, you're my little girl. It's gonna be weird not having you around.
I'll come visit, and I'll text you every day, and I'll take lots of pictures. You can follow me on Instagram. I mean, obviously, I'm gonna be a photography major. Follow me on Instagram.
You promise?
Of course. Are you gonna be okay by your lonesome? Follow me on Instagram.
Oh, come on. I'll be fine. I'll get a dog or something.
A dog. You should make it an Instagram account. Forget art school. I'll stay for the dog and make it an Instagram account.
Is that what it's gonna take?
Medium-sized dog, handkerchief around the neck. I get to name it. That's what it'll cost for me to give up my dreams. I'm a woman of simple wants and needs.
Dang. Well, a dog is a lot cheaper than college. Amanda laughs. Suddenly, a pile of envelopes slide through our mail slot.
Speaking of college,
That's me. Amanda darts over to the envelopes and shuffles through them. She pulls one out and throws the rest back on the floor.
this is from McGowan College of Art and Design. Is that real? Is that a real place?
I don't know. Wouldn't it?
I'm scared.
It's just an envelope.
Yeah, it's just like my entire future. Not a big deal.
She
All
takes
right. All right. So if you do want to go the college route and you get turned down on your first try again next semester. Like, track down admissions and ask them what you could have done to improve your application.
Well, I mean, if your heart's set on that particular college, because there's a chance that you might get into, like, one of your other choices that you ideally would have applied for at the same time.
The point of the whole thing is, let's say you get nothing but rejections. See what you can do about that. Like, that's not a showstopper.
Yeah.
On the other hand, college is super expensive, and it's only worth it if you already have a career path on the other side of that. You should,
if you stick to it.
And also they don't teach you anything, and you have to be cool with them not actually teaching you anything.
Yeah, be cool with them not really teaching you anything, but also, like, work to network while you're at college, because that's one of the most, most beneficial things you can get from college, just networking.
Yeah.
Because likely your professors know people in the field that you're looking to get into.
She takes a deep breath and rips
me.
Oh, okay.
She takes a deep breath and rips open the letter with her teeth. We have a letter opener, but okay. I hold my breath while Amanda's eyes dart back and forth, scanning the letter. What does it say?
The admission committee has reviewed your application, blah, blah, blah.
Her face drops.
Regret to inform you that we are unable to offer you admission to McGowan College of Art and Design.
Amanda throws the letter on the coffee table. Oh, sweetie.
It's okay. I kind of saw it coming. I knew I shouldn't have put that experimental stuff in my portfolio. Their admissions officer told me they just want to see portraits or whatever.
I pull Amanda in for a big hug. You're an amazing photographer. I know how much you work on your portfolio. Some other school is going to want to snatch you up for sure.
Yeah, I know. It's fine.
Are you actually fine, or are you just saying that?
I'm fine. Really.
Her face is the opposite, but I probably shouldn't push her on this.
Oh, and before I forget, Emma R. and Emma P. are sleeping over tonight. So...
You need me out of the way because I'm painfully uncool?
I would choose a more delicate phrasing, but yeah.
Well, I'll have you know that I conveniently already have plans for tonight, so you'll have the new place all to yourself.
Yeah? What are your plans?
Quick, think of plans. I am secretly the mayor of this town. Gotta attend the union meeting. I'm going clubbing.
2 baby seals walk into a club.
2 Navy SEALs. What I miss?
Baby seals.
Baby SEALs. See, I heard baby SEALs and it's like, well, Navy SEALs.
Equivalent. Alright.
Nothing new, it looks like.
Absolutely nothing is happening in the chat.
Okay. Because I'm paranoid how many people are still with us. Okay, so, well...
Down to 3.
Is it 3 or are we counted as 2?
So you dismiss that, and I'll close this, and then we'll see what happens.
I hope.
Watch it be just Faith.
Yeah, well, we're down to 2, so I'm sure I was one of them. Let us know if this isn't interesting, because, we try to be interesting.
All right. Only remaining person. You should jump into the chat and tell us how we're doing.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna fast forward this part and see if they can see us. All right.
See me, hear me, touch me, heal me. Well, jump back to 3.
Jump back up to 3. All right.
Yeah,
Well, then I'm
okay.
gonna reopen that and keep tabs on the chat.
I think I'm gonna say I'm secretly the mayor of this town, just to lighten the mood.
Yeah.
Amanda, the town needs me. I need to perform my mayoral duties. I must don my top hat and wear my monocle so that I may preside over my mayor stuff.
I think you're thinking of the guy from Monopoly.
He was a mayor, right?
He was not.
Right. I'm just kidding. I'm actually going to...
Both of these are terrible options.
Go to bed or go out and watch the game. I think if I go out and watch the game, I get to meet a weird dude who was staring at me before. and also maybe Joseph's wife. So I'm gonna go out and watch the game.
Does he have a
Nice.
Stepford wife?
What's a Stepford wife?
All right, the Stepford Wives. What? Oh wait, you might want to see this movie.
Do I? Just explain what it is.
Okay, the Stepford Wives is two normal people move to a town, and all of them live like it's the 50s with identical blonde haircuts, and they all are approximately the same height, and they all like do classic 50s TV show housewife type things. And then it turns out that they are using machines to overwrite their minds of the wives, and using other machines to like change the bodies of these people to be Stepford wives. They're Stepfordizing.
So like a bimbofication, only not
Yes,
bimbo.
it's a bimbofication type situation.
Like bimbofication, only turning them into trophy wives.
And it's played as like a sci-fi horror mystery.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, no, she's not a Stepford wife.
Okay.
What Chloe say? Oh, Chloe's back. Hi. Okay, so back to Amanda.
Yeah. Which game?
You know, the game. The one that's on tonight.
Ugh.
The game. On TV. And
Somewhere-
somewhere other than here.
Okay, cool. While you do that, I'm gonna do drugs and commit some light arson with the Emmas.
I'm concerned you're hanging with the wrong crowd. Amanda's drugs. I would have expected you guys to be up to white-collar crime by this point. Maybe money laundering, at least.
I'm a street rat, Pops.
You're kidding about doing drugs and crime, right?
Yes, Dad.
Just making sure. I give her a pat on the head.
Have fun with your sports.
Are you being sarcastic?
No, making fun of sports is played out.
All right, then.
You know, I was really dismissive of sports for a really long time, but
I know.
I kind of agree that making fun of sports is played out.
I think it is, because, like, especially once you know the game, it gets a lot more interesting. Like, and if you're interested in how the game is played.
Yeah. I will continue to rag on watching and not playing sports, but that's a very different angle. Like, I'm not saying that the idea of sports is dumb.
I might actually be into watching baseball. Because of that one time, like, a couple years ago, or, like, last year, when I watched I was, like, at a local minor league baseball's team, and I enjoyed it.
What did you enjoy about it?
Like, knowing how the game worked and, like, understanding, like, what needs to happen in order for our team to win and stuff like that.
Gotcha. I move around too much. I can never connect to the idea of an our team.
Basically, our team, for me, is Chicago teams or whatever city I'm in.
Gotcha. We'll root for the home
Team, if they don't win, it's a shame.
That's-
Cause it's 1, 2,
3
3 strikes, you're out of the
old
old ball game.
If they don't win, it's a shame.
Yeah.
Be ashamed.
I mean, well, it used to be unless you're the Cubs because, you know, there's a certain pride in, you know, always, you know, being the loser guy, but now they don't really even have that. I just am like cleaning around the house and decide to clear out right before Amanda's friends arrive. Before I leave, Amanda stops me.
Hey, don't forget that you have that meeting with my English teacher tomorrow.
Oh, right, Mr. Vega. Yep, totally remembered. I'll be there.
Let's see.
Never give up. Never remember.
Oh, hey, things are happening in the chat finally.
Hey, something's happening here.
Oh,
Oh?
Veronica from Riverdale owns a rum company in the show.
What the fuck? Okay, guys, I think that's enough.
Dream Daddy, but Peter Griffin from the hit comedy Family Guy interrupts every 5 minutes.
Oh, no.
You could pay me to play that, but it would be in, like, the dozens of dollars per hour. Because I really don't like Family Guy. And I wouldn't even do it for that long.
I wouldn't really want to be around a Peter Griffin character for that long. No. Wow, I guess I really didn't think this plan through. I'm not exactly sure where the closest bar is, and Amanda still hasn't shown me how to use the GPS on my phone. So I'm gonna pick a direction and walk in it. Let's go this way. Cool. Okay, we're marching. We're marching in the direction of the game. Any game, really. In the distance, could it be? Jim and Kim's. A big burned out neon sign hangs above tiny dive bar. Jim and Kim's, huh? All right, it'll do. The bar is small and dimly lit. The crack of pool ball sounds in the back as patrons laugh and joke. A string of multicolored Christmas lights hover above the bartender. I can't tell if he's Jim or Kim. I pull up a seat at the bar.
What'll it be?
1 beer, please.
Sure thing, boss.
The bartender slides me an ice-cold beer. I take a sip and enjoy the refreshing taste. Say, are you Jim or Kim?
I'm Neil.
Oh. I awkwardly turn my attention to the game, which is playing on one of the TVs on the wall. As luck would have it, my team of preference is not only playing, but is currently in the lead, which is always a good thing. The brightly colored mascot, which is some kind of animal, does cartwheels. I silently cheer on my favorite team, hoping that I don't get into any confrontational arguments with a fan of the opposing team.
I like how they're going way out of the way to not name any team or even sport.
I love it. Several people in this bar are wearing the distinctive colors of the team that I dislike, although I believe from their demeanor that, like me, the passion for their team is all in good fun.
Hey.
A middle-aged woman holding a nearly empty wine glass slides up to the bar and sits uncomfortably close to me. I can go ahead and voice her if you want.
Yeah.
Hey, sailor. Oh, hello.
Is that a cross or a target?
Good to see some fresh meat here. I'm Mary. Come here often. Oh, no, I actually just moved to this part of town today. I'm Sebastian, by the way. Are you watching the game?
Oh, by the way, how could it make sense to ask, do you come here often, if she's here often enough to say fresh meat? That seems a little like...
Well, basically just like getting an idea of how often this person, like if this is out of the norm for them or something.
Gotcha. Like maybe they just flew under your radar?
Yeah, that or like, oh, I'm usually here on days when you happen to not be here or something.
Hold on. Those are ashtrays. Do they allow smoking in bars in California?
Probably not. Maybe it depends on the bar. I don't know. Yeah, my preferred team is in the lead. If they keep this up, they'll win the game with ease.
Hey.
Oh, I love that team. I just love that game. I love someone who knows their way around balls. I'm getting the impression that she's a little drunk. Oh, buy a gal a drink? I'm gonna not buy Mary a drink, just because I know who she is.
I see. So you've played spoilers, have you?
Just up to a certain point, like we're about to pass the point that I played to, but I know who she is, so I'm not gonna buy Mary a drink. Maybe some other time.
Ugh.
Suit yourself, sailor.
Oh, that was a rough look.
Mary saunters off, setting her sights on the newest bar patron to enter. Like, spoiler alert? Like, do you want to know?
I mean, you've already very heavily hinted that it's
Joseph's wife. Yeah, so I'd rather not. Besides, I'm very firmly gay.
That explains the look of the kids, not your gayness, unless they have gaydar and are just like indoctrinated.
Yeah.
Casual reminder to all Christian viewers to be kind to all the leg bats out there.
I happily watched the game over another beer. The game has gotten close in terms of points, a little too close than what I'm comfortable with. After a particularly skilled player scores a number of points for the other team, putting them in the lead, I hear an affirmative grunt from another man at the bar.
I feel like that is a reference to that one time that Dan and Aaron played that hockey game and they kept scoring on themselves.
No, Aaron kept scoring
Aaron kept scoring on himself.
And Dan was just like, yeah, this is cool.
Totally thrashing him.
Yeah, I love it. I kind of hope it is, but I don't know.
Oh, that reminds me. There was a Grump moment that I wanted to share with you where he sings "My Heart Will Go On."
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Later.
Yee.
So this is a drunk guy. Oh.
Go team.
It's the Burning Man from the Coffee Spoon. He sits alone, sipping whiskey and watching the game as well. Enjoying the game?
I feel like I've been overusing the same register of dusky voice, so I'm gonna try something else.
Oh no, I don't know anything like that.
I am now that we're winning.
Oh, we must be rooting for different teams.
In my opinion, my team is far superior.
I have to disagree with that. Based upon our win-loss record, I'd say that my team is superior.
And that's where you're wrong. Since as it stands right now, my team is beating yours.
The conversation ends there and we both go back to silently rooting for our respective teams. The game is close, with both sides playing their hardest to win, but in the end, my team prevails! Quiet cheers ripple throughout the bar. I raise a respectful glass at the man drinking whiskey. He raises in response. An unspoken truce is formed between us based on mutual love for the game. He motions to the bartender, who pours 2 glasses of whiskey. The man slides one over to me.
My name's Robert.
Thanks. I'm Sebastian.
You must be new here. Mary already hit on you?
Yeah. Robert chuckles.
She's a peach. Well, you picked the best bar in town. As slimy as it is, you'll never find a better spot than Jim and Kim's.
Is there actually a Jim or Kim that runs this place?
No, that'd be Neil.
Neil waves from across the bar. Yes. What?
Opal Lightning says, I'm very firmly gay.
Yeah! Gay pride.
Yee.
That's you.
Good guy, Neil. Not enough Neils in the world.
Okay.
You a whiskey fella or a beer fella?
Beer, but I'll drink most things.
You like shots?
Oh shit. Okay, I like shots. I love shots, and ooh, shots fired. I don't like them. I think I'll go with I like shots, because he does seem like Sebastian seems like he did have a party like person way back when.
Yeah. Kind of reminds me of younger Dan.
Yeah, who was like always stoned out until like semi-recently.
Yeah, well, not semi-recently anymore. It was a while back.
Yeah, now it's been a couple years. I'll go with I like shots.
Thank you.
Robert nods to Neil, who serves up 2 shots of whiskey. He hands one to me.
Here's to your health.
We take the shots. The whiskey burns going down, but I try my hardest to look tough. Wait, I think this is what making friends is. Okay, Sebastian, this guy's out of my friend league, but I think if I play my cards right, we'll be pals in no time. Okay.
Compliment him on his cool leather jacket. Compliment him on his rugged good looks. Compliment his hand tattoo. All right, my understanding of tattoo etiquette is that, like, it's generally only good practice to comment on somebody's tattoo if you also have a visible tattoo yourself.
Oh, I see.
Because a lot of people have tattoos of things that are extremely personal to them and they don't really want to talk about it. Or in particular, if you just comment on somebody's tattoo, that might fork off into a conversation about that subject. But what I always try to avoid is asking what it's about or what it means, because there's a whole lot of personal narrative tied up in stuff like that. Unless it's something that I strictly recognize. I don't want that person to feel like they have to explain it to me.
Yeah.
Even if it's something obvious like the Triforce.
I feel like Sebastian might still compliment his tattoo, though.
Okay. You've got a particular... damn it.
Fuck! He did it! I knew it! I like your tattoo. What does it mean?
It's a reminder. See, this is exactly... This is exactly what... God damn it.
Yeah. Well, at least he's not Drac Daddy, because I'd be pissed if I messed it up with Drac Daddy. And the black stuff coming out of him must mean I'm on his shit list now.
Yeah, you soured the mood, man.
I wait for him to elaborate, but it seems he's done talking. Man, this guy's mysterious and cool.
Hey.
Way cooler than I am, at least. Robert signals to the bartender for another round.
What are you doing here tonight?
My daughter kicked me out of the house, running from my problems, or trying to make friends. I'm gonna say my daughter kicked me out of the house. Not like forever. She was having a sleepover with her friends.
Family type, huh?
Single dad. He gets up.
Oh.
Be right back. Gotta powder my nose. I like that.
Huh.
Never seen Robert this talkative. He must like you. I don't remember the voice that I gave Neil.
That'll be fine.
Whatsoever.
That'll be fine. Thank God I didn't ruin it. I guess so. I gotta admit that Robert has a gruff charm to him. If a guy like that thinks I'm cool, then I really must be. Robert comes back from the bathroom and grabs his leather jacket.
That he was already wearing.
Eh.
I'm gonna go home. You heading my way?
I survived long enough to actually leave with him. That's cool.
Cool.
Robert and I leave the bar and find ourselves walking in the same direction.
Hi.
I live in this cul-de-sac down the way.
No way. Does everybody live there? Me too. We just finished unpacking today.
Great place to be. Good neighbors. Well, some of them.
Who's that? We get to Robert's house, which is just a few feet away from mine. We stop and he turns to me.
I don't kiss and tell, Sebastian. So are we doing this or
Oh,
what?
fuck! What? Oh, damn! What? What?
You know, do you want to come inside or not?
A wave of realization rushes over me. I blush. I am blushing right now, I think. Lay it on smooth, smile and nod, or no thank you. But I want Drac Daddy. Oh, fuck!
You are indeed fuchsia.
Oh, my God. Scooter! What should I do? Oh, my God. What's the chat saying?
All right. Let's see. I'm also very gay, even though I currently have a boyfriend.
You can be gay and have a boyfriend. That's fine. Who cares?
I mean, this is the broader sense of gay, where it's not like strict. It's like gay in this context refers
Being
to
bi
like,
is still gay.
yes. For that matter,
And being pan is still
for
gay.
that matter, so is being straight. Being straight is really fucking gay a lot of the time.
Yeah. Gay, like, who cares? Just be into whoever you like.
Yeah. I really love that that ContraPoints quote in particular. Being straight is really fucking gay, you guys.
Yeah.
Let's see. Scrolling down. Nice, valid. Whiskey doesn't really burn. Depends on what whiskey, and it also depends on what you mean by burn. And like personal things, like the amount of like the way that your throat is, like the quality of the skin inside your mouth, you know?
Yeah, I feel like it might burn me if I ever had it, which I don't intend on it.
Mm-hmm. I've had one whiskey that burns and one whiskey that doesn't. Let's see. Karen McLaughlin says, I'm going to bed. Hope you guys have a great time. Thank you.
Night.
And
Thank you for joining us.
Don't forget to stop by the Discord server. The next 2 weeks in a row, we are going to be doing watch-alongs because
we'll see,
Vamp is out of town.
Yeah, we'll see if it's 2 weeks in a row because right now it's going to be all of next week and we'll see where it goes from there. Scooter, why are you knocking on my phone? Cat.
Cats love knocking things over. That's what they're best
They
at.
do, yeah.
All right. Chloe says that escalated quickly. Yes, it did.
Yeah. Like, hot damn.
Jacob's back and says, I decided to come back and I come into yet another rant. Hi, by the way.
What was I ranting about?
Being straight is really gay.
Oh, yeah. Ah, shit.
All right.
I don't know, what should we do?
Do you want to hit that?
I don't know. Like, will it hurt my, like, ability to hang with Drac Daddy?
I don't know the mechanics under the hood here.
Yeah, I don't know either, and I don't know what his relationship to Drac Daddy is. Like, I don't know how I feel about this. I'm caught.
I haven't played enough of this game to know.
By
which I mean I haven't played any of the game not on the stream.
Like,
Gayer than a box of crayons, lol.
What?
From the chat.
No, what did they say?
Chloe says, I'm gayer than a box of crayons.
Like, on the one hand, it's like, well, I don't want to, like, turn Robert off. On the other hand, it's like, I don't feel like Sebastian's a one-night stand kind of guy.
Well, Amanda doesn't want him to be around when she's having sleepover.
Well,
although
yeah, but
the plan was probably for him to come back at some point.
Yeah. I don't know if I feel comfortable with him having a one-night stand.
Gotcha. Chat, what do you think?
I'm gonna hit the bathroom.
How gay are we?
Yeah. Well, I know I'm really gay, but am I gay and like?
Yeah, you're really gay.
Am I like raging gay?
Are we proactively gay? Are we like?
Am I gay in a way that I need to get my dick wet right now because my lover's been dead for a while?
Yeah. What do we think? By the way, you guys, I watched Epithet Erased, and it's really, really good. It's kind of like an animation, sort of in the vein of a visual novel, like this. It is more animated than this by like triple, but it's less animated than like what you think of as an animation, which is why they were able to produce 7 episodes of it in like 6 months with a very minimal team. Don't really know what comment to make here. Well, are we having a one-night stand with Tall, Dark, and Handsome, or are we not? I think I remember seeing that one day in trading school. Well, it only came out like a couple, like 2 months ago, something like that.
What's up?
Talking about Epithet Erased. Chloe says, write him to LA.
Gosh. I don't know. I'm still just, I don't know. I'm gonna have some jelly beans.
These jelly beans did not treat me kindly yesterday.
So you're having more.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense, I guess.
I'm just having fewer of them.
Yeah, for the best. I'm gonna pick out some of my favorites. Mm-hmm. That's for you.
Nah.
I'm gonna be stuck with it, I know. I hate cinnamon. Like, I like cinnamon, but I hate cinnamon jelly beans.
Yeah, actual cinnamon is pretty darn good. Here, I'm gonna take this.
I'm gonna say no, thank you.
Out of character for you?
Yeah. It just doesn't feel for me. I better call in, like, catch you around.
Sure.
I head home, head buzzing with whiskey. What do you mean by, are we gonna do this or not? I popped down on the couch and I'm asleep before I even get a chance to take my shoes off. Chica Fogel. Oh. I wake up to a text from an unknown number.
Rise and shine, early bird. Still want to work out? This is Craig, by the way.
Holy crap, it's 6 a.m. Who does 6 a.m. anymore? Without realizing it, I drift back to sleep. Oops, once the wink back out, I check my phone again.
Hey, bud. You still want to get your swole on? I'm ready to tear up the track. Hit me up.
God, the last thing I want to do right now is work out. But this is Craig. I do want to catch up. I think I'm going to go to the gym.
Yeah.
Hey, my man, I need a few minutes to wake up, but let's meet in 20. After a few seconds, another text comes in. Damn.
Sure thing. Meet me at the gym. You know, the gym.
Yeah. I stretch my bones and my bones creak. I gotta stop falling asleep on the couch. I throw off my blanket and wait, I don't remember falling asleep with a blanket. Amanda must have tucked me in after I fell asleep.
Aww.
Bless that child. I reluctantly brush my teeth, throw on the only clothes I own that are even kind of gym appropriate, and head out.
Aww.
The neighborhood is quiet and serene with this early in the morning. Birds chirp and the grass is still wet with dew. Surprisingly, the gym is pretty crowded. I spot Craig standing out front, stretching. Of course. He spots me and waves enthusiastically.
Hey, bro, good morning.
Hey, good to see you, man. I'm definitely not as pumped as he is. Maybe I should have had some coffee before I left.
No, I think done some coffee is appropriate. It is drugs.
It is. It is literally drug.
You ready to kick some butt?
No. Gotta stay posy, dude. With your help, I am. Help! I think I'm gonna say with your help, I am. I get the feeling this is gonna be less of me kicking butt and more the gym kicking my butt.
Alright, I'm gonna do something dangerous. I'm going to take a random handful of jelly beans and just eat them all at the same time.
Okay.
Just like a jungle juice shot. Oh. This is weird.
Well, I bet, because like it's all like a bunch of flavors that don't usually go together mixing up.
Cream soda, popcorn, grape.
Yeah, I saw the popcorn one. I was jealous.
Yes, this is firmly unpleasant.
I bet.
I made a mistake.
But I can handle it with you here.
Dude, bro, that means a lot.
No. We head into the gym and I am immediately intimidated. All these people looks like could break me in half. And it seems like Craig is friends with all of them. Oh. He high-fives and finger guns all the cool jocks in the room. They look like they could and would steal my lunch money to spend on protein shakes.
Come on, bud. Let's warm up.
We head over to the treadmills and start walking. Okay, I can walk. Walking is good. This is a decent pace to be walking. So I know we're on treadmills.
Yeah.
And those over there are ellipticals.
Very good.
What is all this other stuff? Craig laughs.
They might look a little scary, but I guarantee that all of them serve a specific purpose for building muscle mass.
I watch as a dude in a muscle tee flexes a muscle I didn't know existed on a machine, and I think was once used to process grain into flour.
I know the machine he's talking about.
What is that? Why is that guy doing that to himself?
Oh.
What's up?
Jacob Belo says even Bertie Bott's dirt-flavored beans taste better than the cinnamon-flavored jelly beans. I hate protein shakes.
I almost had a chance to try a protein shake. Like, there was a guest who left a big, container of, like, strawberry protein shake in his room, and I was considering trying it.
Like whey protein isolate?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I was considering taking it home and trying it, but it's like,
There are good versions of that. They exist. They're... I've always wanted to, like, try that stuff again. I've had Soylent before. I haven't had Huel. And I know those aren't the same thing, but they might as well be. A lot of times they're kind of chalky.
I've never really had a protein shake before, so...
The premix ones that come in bottles and stuff, those are how would I describe them? Those are the most pleasant experience because you don't have to worry about managing the water ratio of them.
Tarbex is now taking all the red ones out.
I'm removing every single red one so that they can be individually sorted later.
Individually sorted? What?
Well, there's like 5 different kinds of red jelly bean in here. There's
but like, what are you gonna do? Like, throw back the ones you don't want?
No, I'm gonna eat them according to what kind they are.
Okay.
But I'm also gonna do it over a much longer time span because yesterday I ate a bunch of them and they made me sick.
Yeah.
All right.
Which is not a good.
That's a good question, bro. What do you think he's doing?
Training to crush people's skulls in with his eyes. Using a medieval torch device. Praying to some sort of pain god. I'm gonna say, using a medieval torture device.
Sweat is the currency that you use to buy gains.
Yep. There's a tiny man there, right? And he did something that the court found unfavorable. And now that that muscular dude is doling out justice in the form of pain.
Oh, man.
Oh my god, his response.
What?
Nice.
Oh no, Craig is turning up the speed. I better do the same. How long have you been doing the buff thing?
Nice.
Did he have a negative response to
No,
that?
just kind of like, what?
Okay. Couple years.
And what do you do when you're not dadding or work or buffing?
Oh, I coached my twin softball team.
That still counts as both dadding and buffing.
Nice.
I keep busy. What do you do for fun?
Crap. I love learning. I try to live my life as close to a Jimmy Buffett song as possible. I check out my hot bod.
Wasted away again, Margaritaville.
I'm gonna say I love learning. I try to educate myself about the world around me. I'm like a sponge for knowledge, soaking up all that intellectual content. You know, history, the paranormal, wilderness survival, and aliens. Mostly those things.
So you watch the History Channel too, huh?
Yes. Oh my god. You missed it, but let's go back into the chat like this because I want you to see it. Let's see. Can I?
Well, I could just open my phone and hit back a couple of times.
Oh.
Yeah, alright, I'm watching. Wilderness survival, aliens, mostly those things.
Okay, yeah. Check it out. The eggplants.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, so that was a very attractive move.
Yeah, apparently. We're jogging now. Oh god, we're jogging now. I look over to Craig, who hasn't even broken a sweat. How is he doing this so effortlessly? I'm dying. I feel my life force draining through every orifice of my body.
Alright, real talk here. If you're ever in a situation like this, the truest gym bro knows that everybody is at a different place along the swole continuum. And, like, so wherever you happen to be on the swole continuum, that is what's challenging for you. Only rise to the level that is challenging for you and not beyond, because that's how you hurt yourself.
Exactly.
And then you can't get your swole on after that. I talk as though I said that kind of in a gym rat way, but any actual fit boys out there would know that that's not at all what Fit Boys sound like. Like, I'm just using words. I'm just making shit up.
You're just saying things.
The advice is real, but the way that I'm delivering it is just imaginary.
Yeah.
And I'm making a bunch of noise for the microphone to pick up.
Hey, Craig.
Hey, remember when my fish died in college?
Huff? No, I don't like this story. Huffer. Oh my god, he's really bumping up the speed again. I guess I better do it too. Oh, this is fast. This is very fast.
Oh. And we were at that party, and you vowed to make me feel better. You tell me to create a distraction, so of course I do a sick keg stand and get everybody cheering.
And then I try to steal a fish from a fish tank at the party with my bare hands like an idiot. Hey. Oh my goodness.
And then you drop the fish, and it's flopping around, and you panic. So you run up to me, post keg stand with a dying, dirty fish in your hands, and you scooped up off the ground, and you're yelling at me that we have to leave.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
This sounds like a real story. So we're running out of a frat party with a fish and trying to give it mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. We get him home and get him into a bowl of water, but the prognosis was grim.
And the next day, he's alive and well.
Hey.
Trooper of a fish, that guy.
Yeah.
They never did catch the great fish thieves of Grand Ridge U.
And they never will. I shoot off the end of the treadmill and crash into the wall. Jesus, that hurts.
Nice.
Dude, bro, are you okay?
Craig offers me a hand and looks over for injuries. I'm fantastic. I managed to stand and rub my back. Doesn't hurt now, but I'm sure it will later.
Oh, no. You don't have to push yourself like that. Always know your limits.
Well, I think I might call our gym adventure here.
Oh. You sure?
Yeah.
Alright, well, here, I brought you this.
Craig hands me a shaker bottle full of thick green liquid. I stare at it with which must be an apparent distaste.
It's protein shake, bro.
Scooter keeps jumping on my lap and then not being satisfied, so she jumps down and then comes back.
Yep.
Oh, thank you. He wants me to drink it. Oh boy. Here goes. I take a small sip. It's actually delicious. Wow, this is really good.
And good for you. It's my special recipe. I'm proud of it.
Recipe?
I'm eating jelly beans.
So? You're a professional.
Let me know if you ever want to work out again. Maybe we can try running around the neighborhood if treadmills aren't your speed. No pun intended, bro.
Good one. Well, I'm gonna put some ice on this everything. I'll see you around.
Yeah.
I leave the gym feeling ashamed. Craig used to order delivery from a pizza place across the street from our dorm, and now he can run circles around me. Literally. Man, I really got work on this dad bod. I get home and lay down on the couch. It hurts to move. Oh god, I'm so old.
Yeah.
Oh no, I must have fallen asleep. What time is it? Shoot, it's 3:55. I'm supposed to be at school in 5 minutes. I frequently put on some clothes, apply a generous amount of deodorant, and run out the door. Eat a balanced meal every day that includes vegetables, fruits, and something else. I arrive at medical school and check the front desk. They give me a bright orange visitor sticker and send me on my way. I'm barely awake and feeling pretty haggard, but hopefully no one will notice. I check my watch and am revealed to see that I'm only 2 minutes late. Wait, was it room 103 or 108? I spot a youth standing at his locker and approach him for help. Excuse me, do you know where Mr. Vega's classroom is? The youth turns around and looks me up and down with heavily lined eyes. Come on, kid, I'm late for a meeting.
Mr. Who?
Mr. Vega.
I don't know. Have you tried the exit?
Okay, wise guy. Are you gonna help me or not?
Fine. Up those stairs and to the left. Can't miss them.
I head up the stairs and walk around, unable to find Mr. Vega's class anywhere. After a couple minutes of searching, I head back downstairs. That punk youth sent me on a wild goose chase. I get back to where low-rent Gerard Way is standing, fully ready to give him a piece of my mind, when suddenly a head pops out of the classroom next to his locker.
Oh.
English bro. You want to do a voice for English, like English teacher, bro?
Huh. Alright, my vocal palette is running thin. There's only so many voices that I can actually do.
I could try it.
Lucian,
No, I'm doing it now. No, fuck that. Lucian, don't you have third period to get to?
Fine, Mr. Vega.
Wow. Now I'm officially 10 minutes late. I glare at him as he walks away. We're not cool. You must be Sebastian. This period's almost over. Would you mind waiting in the back?
Oh.
Mr. Vega leads me in, and I take a seat in one of the comically small students' desks in the back. I might get stuck in this.
Oh.
Well, son, doggo. Alright, where were we? Now, who can tell me about the unreliability of the narrator in J.D. Salinger's Catcher in the Rye? Yes, Colin. Colin stands up and does the thing where he blows into the crook of his elbow and makes a fart noise. Oh, I see. The whole class interrupts with laughter.
So did I. Just now.
I did not. Alright, everybody. Very funny, Colin.
Well-
Please sit down.
Well, what I'm used to is people, like, if you put your hand over your cheek like this,
Yeah.
and you don't have facial hair the way that I do right now, and you just blow, your cheek will slap against the palm of your hand.
Oh, like this? Like that?
No, on this side, I think.
Why is it coming on the other side?
Yeah, you had your hand in the correct position, but the same side is the one that does it.
Oh, well.
That's what I'm used to anyway.
Now, Holden Caulfield is an unreliable narrator in the sense that the bell for the end of the period rings. All the students immediately get up and make a break for the door.
Whoa.
Remember to do the reading and answer the response questions on page 194 in your textbook.
Oh, things have happened in the... Let's
what's
see.
up?
I'm not even one who cringes I'm even one who cringes just a little bit any time I hear the word protein nowadays, because my mom would nag me about needing to eat more protein, which meant that me being a vegan was totally out of the question, not that I really have a problem with eating meat. There are plenty of vegan proteins. It is better to get your protein, some things are better to absorb from a meat, but you can do it without.
You just need to make sure you're on it.
Yeah, there's research involved. But the amount of things that you have to cut out if you're going to be vegan usually results in a marked uptick.
Yeah.
Even though I'm carnist as fuck.
Yeah, you are.
Let's see. Jacob Belo has left the chat. Let's see.
Bye-bye.
Hope you're having a great time at the gym after this. Though, thanks once again for an entertaining night. Pretty sure this is the last time I'm signing off for the night.
Okay.
In between all of that, Chloe said that the game is really weird. Yes,
is.
the game is really weird.
I like that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's listening. Or not, I guess. Mr. Vegas turned to me in size.
Oh.
Middle schoolers, right? Don't you take high schoolers? Both. You know, whatcats. Right.
Look at that face.
Yeah. He's not exactly happy. Thanks so much for coming in. No problem, Mr. Vega. Please, call me Hugo.
Hugo Vega. Awesome.
I don't normally do these impromptu teacher meetings. Teacher?
Teacher.
Oh my gosh. But as I'm sure you know, Amanda's a very bright student and I'm concerned about her recent behavior. What's going on? Amanda has never been the most engaged student. but I know she cares. Recently, though, she's been falling behind. She's not completing assignments and has been doing rather poorly on tests. I don't really chalk this up to senioritis, but this is strange. I thought Amanda always shared everything with me. It hasn't even crossed my mind that something might be wrong. I just wanted to ask, is everything okay at home? We just moved. She's fine. She has a tendency to bottle things up. I think I'm gonna, tell them the truth, we just moved. Well, we just moved recently, but it was only to the other side of town, and Amanda was more excited about it than I was. See if you can talk to her about it. I know she values you a great deal and would appreciate your guidance if she keeps heading down this road. I know how important art school is to her, and I would hate to see her miss out on the scholarship money that she clearly deserves. I'll make sure to talk to Amanda. Thanks for letting me know.
Oh.
Anytime. On my way out, I stopped, thinking for a moment. I turned to Hugo. Hey, Hugo? Yes? They ever catch that rye? Dot, 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 dot. Yes. Damn. I leave the classroom and make my way out of school, still a little bit in shock that Amanda was able to hide it so well from me. She's always been such a force for positivity in my life, especially after we lost her father. Amanda must be done with classes for the day by now. I'm sure she would appreciate a ride home. Maybe I can talk to her about what's going on. I pull up to the carpool and Amanda hops in the passenger seat.
So did you have fun gossiping about me?
Mr. Vega and I actually just gossip about our celebrity crushes.
So you talked about Mario Batali the whole time?
It was a very productive meeting.
I'm pretty hungry. Can we grab some dinner? Boy, life imitates art.
What?
I mean, I'm eating a bunch of jelly beans. I'm eating as many jelly beans as I can.
How's that imitating art?
I'm pretty hungry.
Oh,
I'm pretty hungry.
I see. Sure thing. We can make something at home, or let's go to the mall food court. I think we'll go out to the mall. Does that sound good to you?
Yeah, sure. Why the mall?
Geez, can't Dad take his daughter to the mall?
Will you buy me things?
I will buy you anything. Singular.
Sounds like a deal to me.
We drive in silence for a short while. Amanda plays a game on her phone. I should say something. You know, sometimes when a kid gets older, they find that they have to keep things hidden from the parents. And that's okay, because sometimes that's what kids do. And that's okay, but also sometimes it's good to have the parents' perspectives because, you know, maybe the parents have also dealt with similar situations. And maybe they're a little cooler than you give them credit for. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is, it's good to share. Love you.
This is really good advice for cases where your parents love you.
Yeah.
Have you been reading my tweets?
You have a Twitter?
What? Never mind.
Look, sweetie, Mr. Vega said you haven't been participating in class and that you're not turning things in.
Oh, I'm fine, Pops. Senioritis and all that.
I thought you liked Mr. Vega's class.
It's fine. He's fine.
We pull up to the stoplight and I Amanda. She's still texting. Just, I want you to know that you can talk to me about anything.
Aww.
Uh-huh.
I can tell that whatever it is, she doesn't want me knowing about it. That's frustrating. I hear Emma R is going to that fancy art school in California. That's exciting.
Are we not in California?
I guess.
Where are we in Florida?
I don't think so. It's probably somewhere on the West Coast. Or near the West Coast, at least.
I just kind of assumed automatically that they
same.
would set it in California because that's where they're from. Mm-hmm. And that's where all
Well,
of
not
American...
where they're from, but that's where they live.
Grump House, etc. is from
Are they, though?
that place.
I don't know. Either way.
Yeah, anyway. Yep.
Are you bummed that you guys aren't going to the same school?
Yep.
Amanda keeps texting. She stifles a laugh. What's so funny?
It's, I don't think you'd get it.
Okay. Who you texting?
Noah.
Who's Noah?
My friend.
Does he go to your school?
Yep.
Do you like Noah?
What? No. Dad. Ugh. I can't believe you would...
Ugh.
Dad. I mean, geez. Why would you... Ugh. Gross.
Sorry, just asking.
Dad, he's just my friend. Guys and girls can be friends. He's my friend.
Okay.
Jeez.
This is going well. Well, good talk. Love you, kiddo. She leans forward and turns up the radio. I guess that conversation's over. To the mall, then. Eat a balanced meal every day. Oh, proteins. Yeah, they say protein too. We arrive at the mall, a big indoor shopping center with a couple different floors. It's kind of dead, but that doesn't stop mall security guard from yelling at a group of loitering teens. Let's eat something disgusting for dinner.
Hell yeah.
Language, Missy.
Heck yeah.
Better. We approach the food court and evaluate our options. There is greasy restaurant after greasy restaurant. My heart burns just looking at the menus. Nobody looks happy to be here.
So I'm suddenly reminded of this George Carlin bit where he's being Jesus,
Okay.
and he's also being the guy interviewing Jesus. The interviewer goes, "Now Jesus, tell me, is there really a hell?" And Jesus goes, "Yeah, there's a hell. There's also a heck. It's not as severe as hell."
I love it. I love it so much.
What are you in the mood for? Bread dipped in sugar? Bread with cheese on it? Or do you just want me to inject some fat directly into your bloodstream?
I extend my hand to her. Would you do me the honor of sharing some nachos? She shakes my hand with a grin.
It would make me the happiest, cheesiest girl alive.
We order a giant pile of chips and unnaturally orange cheese from a very enthusiastic and possibly stoned teenager. We take a seat at a rickety table and dig in.
These are bad. These are very bad.
But also strangely delicious.
We have to eat through the pain.
We enjoy the fluorescent cheesy goodness together until we're all out of nachos. So, something's been bothering me for a while. Can you explain memes to me?
Which meme?
All memes. Amanda sighs deeply and places her head in her hands.
Dad, it's complicated. See, memes are inside jokes shared by a bunch of people that get less funny the more people do it. So the problem is that by the time a meme gets to you, Dad, all of us youths have already done the joke to death.
Ugh.
And what's worse is that movies and TV and video games will try to jump in on a meme train, but just based on how long it takes them to make, the meme will be long dead by the time it comes out. So it just dates it, and it isn't funny.
Oh shit, what up?
Dad, please. Anyway, changing the subject, where to now? I love that piece of meta commentary, just like sideline shots at the entire rest of the industry.
Yeah. Want to go to that goth store?
What?
You know, the one that's all black and tries to establish itself as anti-establishment despite being an exact representation of the establishment.
I don't know what store you're talking about.
You know, the one where you can buy chain wallets, and it's basically an assault on what people fought so hard against in the punk and hardcore movements of the 70s and 80s.
Dude, you gotta be more specific.
The one you threw up in that one time.
That one.
Amanda runs into the store with me, trailing behind her. She makes a beeline for the back.
This is very definitely a hot topic.
Yeah.
Except for the fact that the counter at Hot Topic is always in the middle.
Yep.
There it is. You can still see the outline, kind of.
I'm so proud.
Speech.
Amanda?
Speech. 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 Speech.
All right, I'll do it if you stop chanting. Amanda stops immediately. I clear my throat. Thank you all for joining us here today to commemorate an historic moment that would forever shape history. On a day very much like today, some 5 years ago, our very own Amanda Ann Dessler had too much blue raspberry slushy on an outing to the mall. After begging her father to take her to Dead Goth and Beyond to buy rainbow suspenders, she's proceeded to throw up all over a display of My Chemical Romance merchandise. Her loving father then had to pay for said merchandise, which to this day remains among our possessions. Thank you.
Oh.
Dead Goth and Beyond.
Yep. Amanda is moved. She begins clapping. Slow first, then faster, more vigorously. Several other patrons turn their heads. One of them also starts clapping. I bow my head.
Hey, chain wallets.
While Amanda busies herself looking at band tees, I try to find something of interest to myself. Not much for a dad looking at in a Dead Goth and Beyond.
Band t-shirts, ironic mugs, clearance bin for hot deals.
I'm gonna look for some hot deals. There's a big cardboard box of marked down items. I'm pretty sure $4 for purple eyeliner is a good deal. I think.
We're missing a lot of chat here.
Okay, what's up?
Chloe's still here. They neatly, like, she's vaguely pointing out that they neatly sidestepped an opportunity to say "Okay, Boomer."
Oh yeah. Well, this was before OK Boomer.
Let's see. Did he just make a "Here come say boy"? All right, not totally clear to me. Hot Topic? Yes, it's Hot Topic. The Hot Topic in the mall by my house. The cashier is against the walls. Huh? Didn't know that they ever did that. We love My Chemical Romance in this house. I need to give them another concerted effort because the last time we tried to listen to them, it was in a long car trip, and the road noise was not doing them any favors.
I like My Chemical Romance. Like, they still hold a place in my heart, and I still enjoy quite a few of their songs. Okay. I wonder if I would look good in purple eyeliner. Hell yes, I would. Okay, random.
Alright. Look, this is very important to me.
I overhear... Oh, it's Track Daddy! I overhear a stifled argument over at the cash register. An older gentleman is carrying a garment and showing it to a bored-looking cashier with pink hair. I can see that. I don't know what to tell you, dude. I just work here.
What?
Listen, when I bought this online, the website said that this blouse was Victorian-inspired. However, when I received it, it clearly held the trademark of Edwardian dressage.
Do you want a coupon? I can give you a coupon. Will you leave if I give you a coupon?
Is there a manager present? People have to know what they're buying.
I am the manager!
I see. Well, it seems that I have outstayed my welcome. Good day, shopkeep. Your superiors will receive a strongly worded letter by post.
I love it.
This guy's the best.
Whatever, dude. The man whirls around and storms out, his literal coattails trailing behind him. I can tell if they are Victorian inspired or Edwardian in nature.
Tell me you've romanced this guy before.
This is, like, the farthest I've gotten.
This is the farthest you've gotten?
Yes.
I see.
Like, he's the one I want to romance.
I gotcha.
Amanda trots up to me with the t-shirt in her hand. Oh boy, here it comes.
Hey, Dadtron 5000.
Yes, I'll buy it for you.
Wow, that was easy. Thanks.
At least it's only one this time. Amanda plops the shirt onto the counter and grins at the cashier.
I love your hair.
The cashier says nothing and rings Amanda up, radiating hatred. I hand her 20. So, what was that guy's deal? The cashier rolls her eyes so hard I'm worried she'll pull something. That's Damien. He's in here all the time. He's obsessed with Victorian fashion or whatever. She hands Amanda her bag, and it's clear the conversation is over.
All right. Given the amount of work they put the character into having done, I want to know how Victorian his outfit is, because I don't have an eye for it.
Yeah, neither do I. I don't really have an eye for men's fashion, of the ages too much. We make our way out of the store and head home to get some rest. Amanda and I sit on the couch trying to find something to watch over bowls of ice cream.
Oh, cool. Long Haul Paranormal Ice Road Ghost Truckers is on. Your favorite, right?
Oh, hell yes. They have to make it over the Canadian tundra before the ice road melts, but they're also hunting ghosts. Also, the trucks are haunted. This is an episode I've already seen, but one of the best. Callum and Flint Dogbone, the twin brother truck driving and ghost hunting duo, find themselves in the greatest peril yet.
Oh no, the ghost done got control of the truck. I can't steer on them there damn ice roads.
Let me use this EVP meter to try and communicate with the spirits.
Flint, we're about to die!
Ah, almost got it. If you listen carefully, it sounds like they're saying, you're going to die.
That's because we're about to die, you... This is art.
The episode ends and Amanda excuses herself to go and start arguments on the internet. I stay up a little longer, curious about the exploits of Callum and Flint Dogbone after their disastrous ice road accident. Afterward, I crawl into bed and get some good night's sleep. It's better to be early than late.
Can confirm. I'm bad at that, but I can confirm. Morning, sleepyhead.
5 more minutes.
All right, real talk. Once again, life advice.
Yeah.
Life advice on. I was about to say life advice on the Arch Plays, but no. That's not what we're doing. But if you folks at home like the kind of playthrough that this is not at all what we do on the Arch Plays. It's normally the single topic discussion. We don't actually talk about playing the game ever.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, life advice on the Arch Plays. If you're having trouble waking up like that, it's because you're sleeping poorly. Or are a combination of other things that it's negatively affecting your health. It's not just the timing of your sleep. It's also that you're getting poor quality sleep or not enough of it. There's a lot of factors that goes into that. And there's a big spreadsheet of how you can troubleshoot that I don't happen to have because I didn't write it. All right. Let's see. Here come that boy is apparently the reference that was made. I didn't catch it. Let's see. I'm wearing something from Hot Topic right now as well. Okay, Vamp. That's your husbando.
I am wearing some from Hot Topic too right now.
I thought that was that other nerd store.
Nope.
What is sleep? I don't know her. Huh.
Yeah. Okay, Amanda.
You have never ever let me have 5 more minutes. So get up.
Fine.
You keep saying fine, but it's obviously not fine.
We have cereal for breakfast and spend the morning putting together furniture. Amanda is much better at interpreting the tiny manuals. We're able to put together a few shelves and one desk, but I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be a bookcase.
So you excited for the cookout today?
Excited to beef it up with my grilling skills. If there's food, I'm excited. If there's food, I'm excited. I'm all over those terrible store-bought sugar cookies that everyone brings to parties.
Yeah, those are bad.
Which means there are more for me.
All right. You actually love those terrible store-cut.
I do like sugar cookies, yeah.
Yeah. The ones that have the frosting that looks like it would...
Especially.
Yeah. That looks like it wouldn't peel off in a nuclear blast.
Yeah.
Don't you want to meet up some people in the neighborhood?
I'll probably end up standing uncomfortably in the corner with a plate of food and hope nobody talks to me.
Dad, you're a beautiful work in progress. We'll get that butterfly to emerge from that cocoon. The social butterfly.
Well, we better start getting ready. We definitely don't want to be late.
Hey.
The social butterfly. All right, I timed that wrong. That should have been obvious, but I just... Bleh. What? No, we have to be fashionably late. Who shows up to a cookout on time?
You know what? We're going early, just because you said that. I head out the door and Amanda reluctantly follows. We walk across the street to Joseph's house with a store-bought veggie plate. I'm a terrible cook if that doesn't involve grill. I guess we're not as early as we thought we were. Joseph's backyard is already packed with people and the smell of hot dogs wave through the air. Small children run through the sprinkler and adults chat in small clusters. I set our veggie plate down at the table next to 2 other veggie plates. Huh. Hey, there's Joseph. I wave to get his attention. The moment he sees us, he jogs over, arms open wide.
Welcome! I'm so glad you two are here. And you brought veggies. Let me introduce you to my family. Kids, come over here. This is Chris, my eldest.
Hi.
Oh.
This is Christian and Christy. They're twins.
They stare creepily and say nothing.
Then, of course, there's a youngest, Krish. Wait, where's Krish? Maybe Mary put him in his crib.
Oh no, it's the woman from the bar the other night. What's she doing here?
Oh, and how could I forget my lovely wife, Mary?
Joseph pecks her on the cheek. She smiles.
Ah, Mary, sweetheart, where did you put Krish to bed?
I'll have to go look for him.
What? You'll have to...
Joseph takes a moment and regains his composure.
Mary, this is our new neighbor, Sebastian, and his daughter, Amanda.
I'd shake your hand, but I have a glass of wine that I need to tend to.
I love her.
Nice to meet you, Mary, for the first time. Charmed. Well, I have to go over there now. Mary leaves. Oh god, this is so awkward. I wonder if Joseph knows. I wonder if Mary knows that Joseph knows. I wonder if Joseph knows that Mary knows that I know. It takes all my energy not to run away from the barbecue and start fresh in a new city.
My wife has a wonderful sense of humor, but please, you two enjoy the barbecue. All the guys are really excited to meet you.
That wasn't awkward.
Let's see. Working on a bunch of... Chloe is apparently workshopping a bunch of ideas for a book. And then, oh my, he's so white. They're so white. She's so white as well. Yes, perfect picture of Aryan wholesomeness.
Yep.
Wow, grammar itself snarls back upon that thing that I tried to say in jest.
Hi. Amanda and I mill around and try some of the food spread on the table. I pick at some of the deviled eggs. Amanda grabs a small paper plate and immediately begins piling it with baked goods. Ugh, I don't want to have to make friends.
Dad.
Oh, come on, Dad. Who are you going to party with when I go off to school?
But I don't want to have to do pleasantries.
Dad.
They're going to talk about the weather.
Go. Do it. Make a friend.
But how could I possibly abandon my only child as social function? That's bad parenting.
This plate of cookies is my new dad. Bye.
Amanda shoves me into the center of the yard. Well, here goes nothing. I look around the party and I'm surprised to see some familiar faces. Isn't it the barista from the Coffee Spoon? Didn't I meet that guy at the bar? Didn't that guy throw a frisbee at my head? Isn't that the guy who was throwing a fit in Dead Goth and Beyond? Isn't that Amanda's teacher? Hey, I know Craig. But wait a second, all these people live in our cul-de-sac? That can't be right. I better investigate. Okay. I think Damien's the name of what's-his-face guy.
Yes, it is the Damienist.
Yeah, so of course I gotta talk to Damien. And Joseph, because he happens to be there. I spot Joseph chatting with the guy from Dead Gotham Beyond by the grill. I wonder what they're talking about. I walk over to them.
So I'm curious. Can you walk me through why you had your house painted black? I don't remember the way that I was doing his lines. Damn it.
It was ever so slightly, like, fancy, but also, like, you know, like,
Where
kind
do
of
I
faux
even
fancy.
start? The house stays warmer in the winter. It provides an artistic contrast to the rest of the neighborhood, and it complements the crimson interior perfectly. It's definitely an interesting choice.
Oh.
Thank you. I'm very proud of my vote. Sebastian! I was just having a conversation with Damien, hear about his aesthetic design decisions.
Damien regards me up and down with a warm but critical eye.
How do you do? I don't believe I've had the pleasure.
I think I saw you in Dead Gotham Beyond the other day. Damien's face turns bright red. Oh, his face! It's so adorable.
I apologize for my behavior that day. You see, I take the goth lifestyle very seriously, and to be caught in a ruse by such a corporation as Dead Gotham Beyond was profoundly frustrating indeed. I hope you know that while my anger may have been justified, it was no such way for a gentleman to act.
It's okay, man.
Do tell me about yourself. Are you new to the area?
Yes, my daughter and I just moved in the other day. She was the one I took to Dead Gotham Beyond.
Very good taste on her part. Does she partake in the goth lifestyle?
I think for a second. I look over to Amanda, who's hanging out with some of the older kids in the neighborhood. Hey, Amanda, would you consider yourself goth? Amanda yells back.
I wouldn't necessarily try to fall under any one specific label, but I guess if I had to choose, I would more describe myself as twee hipster with some normcore leanings. Bats are cool, though.
Oh, his face was like,
Ah, pity. Are you enjoying the party so far?
Oh, definitely. Thanks so much for putting this on. It's nice to be in a cul-de-sac where everyone is so friendly and welcoming. Amanda walks up to the conversation.
I also really like The Lost Boys a lot. Really good movie. Does that count as goth? That it would, my dear. I don't believe we've had the pleasure of meeting. Damien Bloodmark at your service.
Of course.
Let's see. Wine. Dead Goth and Beyond want to join voice to help with the voices. Oh, we're not doing this over voice chat or anything like that.
Yeah, there's not really a way to add voices to this. Like, I think we'd have to do some complicated kerfuffling to do it, but yeah. Damien finishes the sentence with a flourish and a bow, producing a single rose and offering it to Amanda. Are you making the moves on my teenage daughter?
Awesome.
Amanda blushes. And
Not
returns...
awesome that he's making the moves on your daughter. I mean, just the rose thing is cool.
Yeah, that is cool. Amanda blushes and returns the gesture with a curtsy.
My, you do know how to treat a lady.
Hey.
Hello,
Amanda.
Seemingly out of nowhere, Joseph's twin kids appear. Are they speaking in unison?
Hey?
Won't you
come and play with us?
Come
Come play with us forever. Guys, enough with the creepy twin shtick. We've talked about this.
Christian and Christy slowly back away. Where do you think they got that from? Mary pops into the conversation, wine in hand.
I, don't know.
Mary takes a long sip of wine. I think I might have taped over a VeggieTales VHS with The Shining. Who knows? She takes another sip of her wine.
Where's Krish?
Give it a rest.
Wasn't he with you?
You had him a moment ago.
He's probably stuffing dirt in his mouth. He'll be alright. Toddlers are pretty resilient. Mary tips her glass to me. Ain't my first time to the rodeo. It's my fourth. I have squeezed 4 little...
Sweetheart, could you do me a favor and please find Krish? That would be great.
I'm sure he's fine.
Mary.
Ah.
Okay, jeez. Mary finishes her wine and wanders off.
Dad, can we go now? Lucian. Have I introduced you to Sebastian yet?
Hey, it's that punk from Amanda's school. I remember you.
Whatever. That's no way for a young man to speak to his elders. Be polite.
Lucian bows.
Whatever, sir.
Lucian bows again.
Mr. Christensen, may I have a veggie burger, sir? Coming right up, bud. Are you a vegetarian? Yep. Make that 2 veggie burgers. Did you know that some people in the Victorian era were vegetarians? They described carnivorous type people as bloodlappers. Dad.
Aye.
That's really interesting, Damien.
Joseph turns to the grill. Just a hint of tattoo peeks out from underneath his sleeve. I can't believe I didn't notice it before. It looks like the bottom of an anchor.
Whoa, is that a tattoo?
Hey.
Yep. I wasn't always a youth pastor, you know. That's so cool. You want to see mine?
Oh my.
What?
Oh my god. Lucian pulls back some rubber bracelets, revealing a lopsided 666 in black ink.
My buddy gave me a stick and poke tattoo last week. I think it's healing up pretty good. Lucian. We'll talk about this later.
Oh.
That's pretty cool. What's the significance of the tattoo?
Oh, you don't know. Joseph, no, don't walk into that.
I don't know. I just thought it looked sick. Well, in my opinion, the only reason you need to get a tattoo is because you want one. Careful, though. That number carries weight.
Man, Joseph is way cooler youth pastor than I thought. I just figured youth pastors popped out of the womb with a Bible. I wonder what he did before preaching. Okay, well, that's the end of that. Okay.
That was fun.
Yeah, I want to talk to Drac Daddy so much. Okay, well, it's 9:16. I think it might be about time to call it.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
good with that.
Let's go ahead and save our progress.
Progress.
Yeah, that was fun.
This was fun.
Title, let's go. It's called, and it quits. I don't know if Tarbuck's gonna have an after party. I'm definitely not after partying. I think I'm just gonna do something else because I'm a little tired, but I need to stay awake somehow. So I might just like go to the gym or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and finish the task that I was on the computer for a little bit, and then I'm going to chop up some scrap wood into boxwood.
Okay. Well, I think it might just be Chloe with us. But Chloe, and if there are any others, thank you for joining us. This was pretty decent stream. Gosh. I'll see you all later. Like tomorrow I'm literally going to Indianapolis, so
Yeah.
well, yeah. Okay, time to say bye-bye.
Bye.
And bye-bye. And bye-bye.